saying that you were having an emotional affair with Tai Young while she was with Ming Lee.
Isn't that juicy?
And the reason I kind of low-key believed it, because on Good Girl Bad, you said I might go lesbian.
And she wasn't lying.
See, you know a girl loves a good sending a message.
Listen, I mean, I might.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lex P.
And it's your girl, Dre Nicole.
And you are tuned in to another episode of Poor Minds,
where a drunk mind speaks sober thoughts.
We got a guest today. Y'all, this is so exciting because this is somebody who I have watched, and we have all watched on TV for years.
Yeah.
Okay? We have singer, songwriter, producer, actress, reality TV star, Drew Sidora.
Oh my gosh.
The list is long, honey.
But hold on. Can I say this?
What?
I am a fan of y'all.
Really?
I watch y'all in real life.
Are you serious?
No, y'all be having me, like, when I first wake up, I be like, okay, let me see what y'all talking about.
For real?
I feel like I'm y'all best friends in my head because y'all be having me laughing. Y'all are such a vibe.
Thank
I just get y'all. You know what I mean? I get y'all. So I was super excited to be here.
You know what? I think it's so crazy when people say that they watch us, especially people that like I'm fans of, because I'm like, they don't know and they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't be tapped in.
No.
So thank you. That means a lot.
We're tapped into y'all. Congrats on all y'all success.
Thank you.
I see y'all. So
Okay,
yes,
period.
beautiful. And y'all are beautiful, by the way.
Thank you, girl.
Like lit.
That's what we was talking about. I said I put on my Housewives confessional dress.
It
Trying to
is.
show up and show out.
You know what I'm
And I
saying?
feel like,
She's giving
you know,
confessionals.
Yeah.
It's definitely giving confessionals. It's very vibrant.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Standout color.
And y'all are matching.
We are matching us some Taurus vibes.
Yeah.
Taurus
Shout out my
twins,
sisters,
honey.
Taurus energy. I feel it.
The energy.
So look, we getting along now. So by the end, that means we gonna be. I'm just playing.
That's what
Look, I grew up with
loves
Tauruses. I do love
Tauruses.
Tauruses.
Okay.
So I want to start from the beginning, with your story. So you came out the womb acting. You were starting like your entertainment career at a very young age. So was that something like your parents were like, oh, my child is so cute and she's so funny, let's do it? Or was it like, no, mom, I want to do this?
No, it was definitely like, girl, get out the mirror, making yourself cry.
Yeah.
Taping yourself over all the weddings and the family reunions, over all the family memories. Why is she on here dancing?
Yeah.
Like, I was very much a creative from birth. Like, I was classically trained in piano by age 3. Suzuki method. A lot of people don't know that. That's a fun fact.
I only know Suzuki being a car. I don't even know.
I know what I thought a
Suzuki
Suzuki
I know.
was.
my
I
God,
thought it was
yes.
a planet or something.
Yeah. Suzuki is the classical, piano method where you learn by hearing notes.
Okay. So you got that ear on.
Yeah.
I have that a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. So that's kind of where it started. And my parents were like, girl, go to college, go to medical school. My dad was a doctor. So he was like, you're taking over the family practice. What is this?
Right.
This was not the plan. But it was just innate. It was like, no, this is my passion.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was a kid, but I just love to make people laugh, entertain, evoke emotion. So that's how I knew.
Not you was med school in real life.
Because I was just about to say that. Because you know how to evoke emotion.
Listen.
I'm not going to lie. When they added you to the Housewives cast, the first season, I said, not Derwin's side trick. Get her out of here.
Listen, can we talk about this first? We need
can.
to cancel. I think I saw somewhere on social media, it was like, cancel the Drew Sidora hate, right?
Okay.
We need to cancel it.
Okay. We do. I
Do
agree.
you feel like you get a lot of unwarranted hate from that show just because you were playing yourself?
I think that first and foremost, shout out to Maura Brock-Akil. It was definitely a show for the culture.
Right.
I think at that time, it was pushing the envelope on things we never talked about or seen,
Right.
So it was very real for people. So people were locked in like, no, this is real life. Where at the end of the day, yes, I was doing my job.
Yeah.
guys.
Right.
I was playing a character, doing what my director told me to do. But yes, playing Drew Sidora, people are like, I don't like Drew Sidora.
Yes.
So the caveat is it's my real name.
Yes.
Right.
So there's no real beef. It's just Drew Sidora in the
So
game.
messy school man.
But let's be clear, he lied to me.
He did. You were the victim.
Thank
Y'all
you.
were both the victims.
Thank
Y'all were
you.
both the victims.
And how many times as women has a man lied to us?
Mm-hmm. I felt Drew Sidora on this show. I was like, he was wrong. Dirk was wrong because he was lying to you.
Yeah, he definitely was.
He was trying to be a player, and it just what you told him that ain't true.
And see, that's all I'm asking for, the understanding.
Well, fun fact, so I just finished my 75 hard challenge, and the game is like my comfort show. So I was rewatching it while I was doing 75 hard when I would be on my walking pad, and I was like, exactly, Drew.
Period.
Exactly.
Period. So you get a different understanding as you go through life. It was like a little bit ahead of its time.
It was.
But I will say in real life, like, Tia and I are great.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
really,
So y'all still have a friendship?
we were friends since we were 8 years old.
Wow.
You know
knew
what?
that.
I'm gonna do something for you. I'm gonna send y'all the picture of us when we were 8 years old.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna send it. Y'all can
Love it.
yes, you can see that we've been friends for a long time, growing up, in the industry.
Yeah.
I used to visit her on Sister Set.
That's what I was just about to ask.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
the time. Marcus
It's
we used to
crazy.
hang out as like kid actors.
Okay, so you was in the mix mix.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I hated that we had to have it, but I think it was good for the culture.
Oh, it was
definitely
amazing.
entertaining.
It was.
I think. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I have a question. How does that happen? Like when people get to play themselves on a TV show or on a sitcom?
Honestly, it's a blessing. Like, I felt like you have to be really big, like A-list to play yourself.
Right.
So when the idea came about, I was like, really? I just thought that was amazing to showcase my music and my real sides of me as an artist too. But yeah, everything else that came with it, I was like, I didn't know that part.
Right.
But I think for me becoming well-known as people knowing my name, I think all in all, it's done extremely well for me.
I think that's
agree.
amazing because it's like Drew Sidora.
Like
that's
you
a
know
name.
you that girl if you get to play yourself on a TV show.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you when I forgave you.
Okay.
This is when I forgave you.
Okay.
'Cause I'm a music
You was still
head.
mad.
I'm a music head, baby. When y'all did that TLC movie, I thought I was looking at T-Bars in
You
the
ate
flesh.
that up,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you. No.
You know, I think sometimes people forget you have to put some respect on them acting chops. Because I think a lot of times it's hard to do like a biopic, because we, especially to somebody like a group like TLC,
For sure.
that's close to every little black girl. Every little black girl. I mean, we had our moms were cutting our hair in them bobs.
Yes.
With the long pieces.
Who mom was
My
cutting-
mama did that.
Your mama had her. Oh, you said she used to have them beads on her nails.
She had the little, she had the piercing in her nails.
Really?
Yes, she did all of that. I mean,
Taurus.
Yeah, a Taurus queen. My mom was a Taurus as
Come
well.
on, I love it. That creative.
Yes. So I think like when we first heard the cast announcement, we was like, okay, I don't know. Lil Mama, Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
We was like, we can see the resemblance, but we're like, can they do it? And y'all
Executed.
nailed
All
it.
three of y'all.
I love when I hear that.
Oh my
honestly.
gosh.
Thank
It was
you.
so I feel like there was an era of movies coming out during that. Cause wasn't it around the time because not the
I
Escape.
thought you were about to say the Whitney movie because that's
No,
on
not the Whitney
Lifetime.
movie. I'm talking about the New Edition movie was good.
Yeah, that was
New Edition
great.
was great.
Yes.
Lifetime was doing some really great biopic stories
Yes.
in that period. It was like they were scooping up all the
They
stories,
were.
right?
The Aaliyah one.
Yes, they did the Aaliyah one.
But we
I
ain't
feel
gonna talk
like
about that one. That's why I
Well,
said
that one, because they couldn't use any of the original music, I feel like it wasn't really giving what it should have.
she was just up there singing anything.
Yeah.
No.
Roll your boat. What's going on? Where's the music?
it was like we're in the neighborhood, but we're not spot on at all.
Yeah.
Ours was special because this was the official TLC story. Like they were on set.
Okay. Right.
Like, nah, I wouldn't do it like that. Nope, that ain't me. So that was extra pressure because she's literally telling me I'm not being her and I'm there to be her. So it made us really have to focus, step up our game because that was pressure.
Yeah. How did you prepare for that role?
Honestly, it was kind of crazy because growing up with my group of friends, we taped ourselves, like I said, over many of family videos. We taped ourselves being TLC. And I was T-Boz, and my girl was, Chili, and my other girl was Left Eye. So I felt like, oh, this is meant to be. We're both Tauruses. We're both from the Midwest. I felt like I got her and I vibed with her. So when I did the audition, I went in 5 times. I just was like, I know this is for me. Getting on set, it was very much pressure because number one, I just had my son. So I was a little overweight. So when we had our wardrobe fitting, I couldn't fit in none of their clothes. And we were wearing their real wardrobe.
Oh my, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we were wearing their real costumes, right? So when we had the wardrobe fitting, Lil Mama fit in hers, Chili fit in hers, Kiki fit in hers. They was like, okay, well, we'll make Drew some other ones. We'll make some bigger. I was like, no. I'm gonna lose weight.
Yeah.
Got a trainer. I was training throughout that shoot, like at the hotel, 5 a.m. in the morning, whatever the call time was, we got it in first. On set, my trainer was giving me the jump rope in between scenes. And after we wrapped, I was in the gym. I was
Looking
like,
good.
I had a date to get my little, because T-Boss had that little 6'8".
Yeah, she did.
I was sitting on like a 3'4".
I know that's right.
But I fit in her
You fit
wardrobe.
Yeah.
That shows the dedication. Because me, I would have been like, well, just send me a bigger size, bitch.
Right.
I
Make
felt
a new
the way.
wardrobe.
You could make me a new one, actually.
See,
Because I'm about to eat these wings.
See, I like to eat. I'm a foodie. I'm from
Okay.
Chicago. But like seeing the other girls, like I'm competitive.
Here she goes. She from
Here
Chicago.
she go.
It's the vibes. That's why I love y'all. It's like we're competitive. We come from a sports city. So I'm seeing everybody else getting they I'm like, no. We gonna do this. We gonna all be all for 3 off. We gonna be a group for real. It's 3 of us. We're gonna do this. And I did.
Yes.
So as an actress, you have to challenge yourself to do all things. I had to get the moniker, the mannerisms, and the body.
I mean, you
Well,
had
you
it
looked
down.
amazing.
Thank you.
And you just been acting for a long time. Because I don't know. I mean, I'm a millennial. So I remember you on That's So Raven.
Ooh.
That's like throwback. I was
If you can dance into the future.
And with Raven, she was like, bring yourself to your character. So however your quirkiness, do that. Be that.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you have a very quirky personality.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk about the transition into reality TV.
Yeah.
Because, we were introduced to you as an actress, a singer, and things like that. But I'm a Real Housewife stan, okay?
Really?
So we're gonna get into it. I watch Beverly Hills. Of course, I watch Atlanta since season 1.
Okay.
I mean, New York, Miami. I watch them all.
Okay.
So when you came on, I already knew who you was. So I was kind of like, all right, she made it up with the T-Buys. But talk about that transition, because when you get into not only reality TV, but Housewives is different because they're digging into your entire life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you shit on yourself in the 2nd grade in your class, they gonna find out about it.
They
will
They
pick
gonna
it up.
know.
They gonna find the person that knew
That
and heard
they
about
told
it
on.
and bring them on.
I'm
they
like,
gonna pull them
did she
receipts.
really shit on herself in class?
Girl.
Yeah, they gonna find them receipts.
I mean, but talk about that, because I will say this, on the show, you are open, but you're a Taurus. You're very private.
At the same time.
You are very private. So it's like you be wanting the audience to know what you want them to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like, well, first, for me, like to your point, doing these various roles, I felt like people really didn't know me, the human being, the wife, the mother, the daughter, the sister, the friend. So I felt like, let me come on here. This is a very vulnerable time in my life. It was COVID.
Yes.
Like, let's be real. It doesn't get any more real than that. Let me be vulnerable in this moment to show people the good, the bad, the ugly. My life is not always perfect. And that was my reason for joining the show, to show Black love, family, God-fearing people.
Yeah.
That was the goal and the thought. However, I didn't know coming on how the negativity would play out, dealing with my marriage. Like, that wasn't planned. So I think for me, it was important to be an open book, but I feel like in certain parts of your life, you do have to create a space of privacy for the sacredness of what I consider to be, something very special, which is marriage.
Right.
I don't feel like everything is for everybody, but I felt like as much I can show people the real side of me, I was willing to do. But at the same time, really hold true to certain things that are just private for family. But then that didn't happen either.
Right.
So I just felt like, well, it's all out there now. So here we are.
Yeah.
So do you
we
feel
are.
like you getting into reality TV, you didn't know anything about how it worked at all? Because I'm like, girl, I could have told you that I knew that it was probably because I mean, when it comes to reality TV, sometimes things are manipulated behind the scenes for shock value, for viewership. So it's like you have this idea in your mind of what you want to portray, but production got a whole different idea.
Yeah, see, I didn't know because, like, as an actress, producers on set, those are your bosses. They're respected. You're like,
Right.
okay, cool. We're all here for a common goal. We're a team. On reality, it's like those are the ones that are like you
Stirring
said,
up the mess.
Yeah.
Yep, they stirring the pot.
So you learn because you don't know what you don't know. And like my reason for coming on here was different than, their strategies and their reasoning. So I learned, obviously. But I think for me to last, and this is my 4th season, it's just because I don't really get caught up in all of that. I just remain true to me and just show my life where the cameras catch me. Y'all catch me and see me. So I get a bad rap. People say, oh, is she acting? Oh, is she lying? Let me clear this up right now. I am not the girl that's over here producing story. Why would I want to show my marriage falling apart and show myself? If y'all remember, my first scene was walking on an Achilles boot. It doesn't get more real than that. It doesn't. I was not coming in my Louboutins. I came in my Achilles boot limping on the show. And I thought that was going to really showcase my vulnerability and just connect with my fans. And looking back, I feel like that's why I am still here, because the people that know. Yeah. They see me. And so I just continue to live in my truth.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lex P. And I have to give a quick shout out to our new sponsors, Cash App. Long gone are the days of waiting 2 to 3 days to get your money when you send it. You can get your money in 30 seconds using Cash App. I know one time one of my little boos was trying to send me some money so I could get a flight. It took 2 or 3 days to hit my account and the flight was gone. I was so mad, y'all. But with Cash App, you send it and they get it immediately. And not only that, y'all know I love to personalize a little message. So I can send some money with a little heart or sorry it's a little late, because y'all know I don't be paying stuff back on time. So shout out to Cash App. And the best thing about it is that it's super secure. When you send some money, they'll make sure that you're sending it to the correct person. So why are you waiting? Download Cash App right now and use the code POORMINDS. And as soon as you send somebody $5 within the first 14 days, they'll immediately give you $10. I don't know about you, but I love free money. So make sure you download Cash App and use our promo code POORMINDS. For a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real, there's no catch. Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code, POORMINDS, in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lex P, and I'm here to change your restroom ritual. I'm here to talk to you about Good Wipes. Good Wipes is a flushable wipe that's easy to use and super safe for your downstairs area. My favorite scent is lavender and the shea cocoa. They're hypoallergenic and they smell so good. The best thing is you can order them straight online, or you can go to your local grocery store. They're available at Target, Walmart, Kroger, wherever you get your groceries. I'm telling you, if you want to have some good scents down there, you need to use Good Wipes. And the best thing about it is they're going to give you your first pack for free. All you have to do is go to goodwipes.com/PoorMinds, send them a picture of your receipt, and you'll get reimbursed almost immediately. I don't know about you, but I love free stuff. If you want to upgrade your restroom ritual, you can grab Good Wipes at Target, Walmart, Kroger, and most local grocery stores. As a special offer for Poor Minds listeners, Good Wipes is giving you your first pack for free. Buy any package, text them your receipt, and get reimbursed almost immediately. For more details, head to goodwipes.com/PoorMinds. Again, that's goodwipes.com/PoorMinds to snag a free pack of Good Wipes. This past season, when y'all started arguing about the exterminator, I said, that shit real.
Thank you.
Because if you argued about an exterminator and this and that, y'all just, you could feel the tension.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask you that, do you feel like the cameras and Real Housewives, like, I know you and Ralph probably had y'all's problems outside of that, but do you feel like that kind of affected the marriage as well, of why y'all ended up being divorced?
Good question. I don't feel like I can blame reality TV, honestly. I feel like it accelerates everything. So things that, you have issues in your relationships, you may not deal with it that day. You may put on the back burner and be like, you know what, let's just have a good time. We'll talk about it later. Right. Or I'm gonna let that slide. When the cameras see it, it's like you now have to talk about it. You have to address it. And they're like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna get into counseling? So now we're in counseling, because it holds you accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I can't remember what season it was, if it was last season or season before that, but y'all had did like a date night.
Yeah.
That broke my heart.
Yeah.
Because I know how that feels when you're trying to make something work and it still like ends up in a fight. And it was like, those were the moments though that I was like, this is like real. Like you can see it in your face. Like you were really trying to show up and still make things work. So I think a lot of times when you see those moments, like these are still people and they're living out their lives on TV.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And that's why I was going to ask you, like, how are you mentally? Because that has to be a lot to be going through such a public divorce in front of millions of people. And I think sometimes people can't separate the show from you as the person.
Right. Yeah, I think that, I mean, it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It is very much probably the most challenging thing I've ever gone through in my life because I grew up in a household where my parents were married for 60 years until my dad passed away. So I don't know divorce. I don't know anything else but like marriage and forever. And that's why I got married. Like, this is my person forever. So I fought to make this marriage work. I fought to keep my family. And as you guys have seen, you know, the challenges that we dealt with, it was just certain things at that time period. For instance, that dinner, that's like, you know how somebody can do all of these things for you in your relationship, but you're like, but let's get to the root of what matters. The emotional intelligence, the pain that you're not seeing or you're ignoring from me that I really need you to hear and understand. And that's what that moment was. And so for dealing with that for so long, it was like you reach a point where it's like, how much can I take? How much pain, how much infidelity, how many times am I asking you to hear me and I want to forgive you, just apologize, you know, just try to do better. And you're like, ignoring that, you kind of start to lose yourself. And that's what was happening. And I feel like sometimes I wasn't able to show up 100% as me because I was dealing with so much at home that I was trying to preserve my marriage so much that I couldn't really be the best friend, you know, the best daughter at that time. And that's just me being 100% honest today.
But that's good. Like, I think it's always good when people can take accountability and realize, like, in that moment, I couldn't be the best friend. I couldn't be the best daughter because I'm dealing with my marriage. Like, my life is in shambles. And y'all want me to show up as your sister. I can't do that right now.
Not right now.
You know, not right now.
Now, let me ask you this. Is Ralph ass still in that basement? Is he still in the basement?
Him downstairs.
He's still downstairs.
It's a court order. But yeah, that's how we're living. That's how we're living today.
Oh my God, is that hard? Like, are
Ralph,
you dating?
get your ass up out that basement.
Are you dating?
It's unimaginable, y'all. Like, so I have gone out on a couple of dates.
Okay.
But it's kind of like, you can't.
Get your ass out the basement.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how does that even go? You can't even invite a man back to the house if you want to.
And you can't. It doesn't go. That's the thing. It doesn't go. It just happens, and then that's where it ends. That's where it starts and it ends.
So is it still like awkward? Because I will say, like, there was a scene. I know I keep bringing it up because I told you I'm a watcher now.
Love it.
It was the scene when y'all were arguing about the exterminator, and you like walked in the kitchen and you didn't know he was in there. You were like, "Oh, my bad." No, girl, this my house.
Thank you. I was shocked because it was like normally I leave and then he'll come up. But on this day, because the cameras was there, he walking in, you know, creased out.
Child with that button down, nipples out.
Hello? It was given I'm ready for camera.
Yes. Yes, he was cutting up. I seen it.
No, because if you see, you see. And I'm like, this ain't normally.
You ain't never been greased up like
Where
that
you going?
before.
Fresh haircut with
line up
with the Beijing crisp. I seen it. Ooh. The Beijing was fresh.
And you know how I be having that white line when they first leave the barbershop?
He got
the little
you
chalk
saw the
line.
chalk.
I saw the
He
chalk.
was up early.
Y'all. Thank you. So I'm like, I was caught up.
Yeah.
I was like, shook it. Because this ain't how it normally goes.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay. But this is the thing. In the court order, there are things legitimately that are his responsibility.
Okay.
And there are things that are legitimately my responsibility. And if you notice, I'm like, I've been covering the exterminator. But in the order, you're supposed to take care of it.
Okay.
We got light bulbs that are out. We got, repairs that need to take place. He's to take care of those things. I'm to take care of the children, 100%, by the way. Okay. I'm not getting child support.
Right.
So therefore, if I'm taking care of the kids and you're holding me to what they need and I'm paying for everything, then you need to take care of what you need to take care of. Don't put that on my plate.
Right.
So as small as it was, he is petty to the point where he's like, you owe me $20. You owe me $10. So,
$20 is crazy.
So now
bro.
I'm gonna meet you where you at. You're gonna take care of these repairs like the order says.
Yeah. But doesn't it kind of like it? I want to use my words carefully because I know we've never been married, but we've all been in long-term relationships. I think the hardest thing is like, for me, watching people go through a divorce or a breakup, it's like when y'all become strangers or it's like we can't even talk. So how are you dealing with that? Of being like, I have to talk to this man like he's a stranger from the street.
And y'all still in the same house.
Right.
Exactly. And then we record order to speak through an app. So I talked about that a little bit too. So now we're communicating through an app that the judge watches and views and can use as evidence. So he'll get in there and snitch, on things like that whatever it is, and he's very petty.
Right.
So that's why I said, okay, you want to get in the app and you want to snitch and try to plead your case and make me look a certain way. So now we're gonna be equal in this. If you're gonna hold me to the fire, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire. Because I feel like as adults that did love each other, that have children, we should be able to communicate and say, hey, I'm doing this, we're partners, we're gonna figure this out. But when you have to let the judge and the court decide, that's when it becomes unfortunate, like he has to live in the basement. Now the kids are confused. It's like we've allowed the court to decide
Everything.
Yeah. Yes.
And I do I have one more question.
Okay.
Now, why, with everything that we know with, you and Ralph's relationship, why were you so afraid for the court documents to be made public? Because it feels like kind of we saw everything play out. Like, what was in them papers that you were so afraid of?
Girl, there is no deep, dark secrets in
Okay.
the paperwork for me.
Right, okay.
So let's clear that up.
All right now.
Right here now today.
Okay.
It was nothing with me. It was purely, because let's be honest, I want Ralph, and I will go on record to say this right now, to be the best, not only for himself, but for our kids. And so I'll always have that level of respect for him, no matter what he says and does to me. I protect my children at all costs. So I, for the sake of the kids, did not want all of our back and forth, all of our mess and what he's done and how I feel and what he's saying about me to come out in that way.
Okay.
That was the fear for the kids.
Okay.
The court documents are unsealed, so y'all can go look. I mean, go look. Y'all can see it's nothing dealing with me.
Okay. Because he was adamant on letting it out.
He tried it.
Yeah.
He keeps trying it.
Because he didn't say it, but he was insinuating like, oh, she don't want y'all to see what she was doing or...
Go see. I'm going to just
she
say,
had
look,
going
the
on.
receipts are available.
Okay.
Go check for yourself. And I'm saying it today because now, of course, we filmed that last year, but it's unsealed.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's nothing that's come out, about me. It was purely me saying, if we can keep it sealed and protect it for the sake of our kids, which was what my attorney and I wanted, and the judge did do, him and his attorney wanted it all out in the open for whether it's press for a moment, and I think that's what it was. Because anything you guys read in the press was definitely from his side. not from
Okay.
mine.
All right.
Now he was leaking into the press.
Yeah, he was. Because if you notice in the press, it said Ralph Pittman filed for divorce from me. But on record, I'm the petitioner.
Wow.
I filed first. And that's
Okay.
facts.
Now,
I do have a messy question.
Let's go, girl.
pour us some more shots.
Yeah,
I know, right? I feel like
some more shots.
Yeah.
So Drew, my girl, my Taurus sis.
Hold on, let me take a sip of water. Because I feel the energy, honey. Yes, I feel it.
Okay, we talk about you on Housewives, but your name has been ringing bells on another reality show as of recently as well. Not Housewives, Basketball Wives.
Yeah.
What is going on with that situation? Because they saying that you were having an emotional affair
Right.
with Tai Young while she was with Ming Lee.
Oof. Isn't that juicy?
And then on your song,
It's juicy.
But the reason I kind of low key believed it because on Good Girl Bad Bitch, you said I might go lesbian.
And she wasn't lying.
See, you know a girl loves a good sending a message.
Listen, I might. No
Never
lies.
know.
No, I might.
Okay.
I didn't say I did, but I said I might.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm very humble, y'all. I am a humble spirit. But I will say this, being mentioned on Basketball Wives, I'm like, am I really that girl?
You are.
Am I really that girl? Because let me tell you, if people got to use my name to get a moment,
Hey.
because let's be clear, she came out hot with that story. That's how she got on that show. So if you got to use me For
Wait,
clickbait.
who used the who used it?
The
You talking
woman
about
that
Tai or
dropped
me?
it. Well, the person that dropped my name. It was only one that dropped my name. She
Okay.
came in like,
Okay.
So she used you to get on the show.
Oh.
she used me to get on the show. That's her moment. So I say, you're welcome.
I told y'all about people
Congratulations.
that named in a country that they ain't never been to.
What?
You're welcome. I say welcome. Now let's go. Now it's go time. Because, I mean, this is the moment she wanted. She tried to come on our show. Did y'all see her in the background trying to
I did.
muscle for she
Now I follow Real Housewives. I have a show called Love Lex P. I be talking about all y'all on there. I be real messy now. I talk about all y'all.
Yes.
But I did say that, and Ming is actually, she used to be in the podcast world as well.
She did used to have
So
a podcast.
I was interested to see like what was gonna stick for her. So now that you letting it, so that was her way in. Okay. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Lex P.
And it's your girl, Dre Nicole.
And we have a very exciting announcement today. We have a brand new show dropping.
Yeah, so we have a brand new show dropping, y'all, on Patreon. It's going to air on September 2nd, and it's called Portrayal Chronicles. We're going to be doing so much stuff on there. We're going to be doing challenges. If you can't go to Bella Noche, where the hell could you go?
If you can't go to Bella Noche, where the hell can you go?
We're going to be doing talk to me, chit chat with me. We're going to be spilling a little tea.
Oh my God. No, you didn't. Oh my God.
Everything y'all been wanting to see, we're going to be doing it right here on Patreon.
Yes, y'all ask us for so much. Well, we finna give it to y'all every single Monday. And it's gonna be a time. Y'all know Poor Minds has grown into its own little entity. Well, we gonna have a lot of fun still over here at Poor Chronicles. So make sure y'all tune in September 2nd. It's going down.
Stay tuned.
some of the girls, you know, they want to get around to try to find their moment.
Right,
And it's
okay.
like, but I've been having moments my whole life. I don't need to try.
Period.
But I think that people took a headline that was hot in the press and they was like, okay, I'm around this person now. So because I'm affiliated with this person, this is my, you know, girlfriend or whatever, I'm going to use this tea to get on this show because it didn't work on this show. But
So is there
I'ma go
tea
over here.
there? Do you and Ty have any type of relationship?
Because
Have
she
y'all-
said 3,000 minutes, 50 hours a month.
Where? I want to see a receipt.
So
How can people just...
Ty never nibbled on that little cootie cat a little bit?
Listen, now I'm going to tell you this. Ty's a looker.
She's
and we would be
fine.
lying
Yeah,
if we
she's
didn't
fine.
say.
Come on now.
Now, I'm going to say this on record, okay? Hot off the press. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I met Ty. I'm going to say there was some flirting.
Okay.
I'm going to say, Ty, that's my friend. I said it once, I said it twice. I think that's my friend. She
Right.
is cool. She has swag. She's a good time. And honestly, transparently, vulnerably, I'll say that going through what I was going through at that time, I'm telling you, if a tree branch would have started talking to me, I would have been like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, oh my gosh, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, like, it was great to have somebody to listen to me. I mean, we talked. Like she
Yeah.
said, there was nothing as far as like us seeing each other, nothing romantic.
Nothing
I said
physical.
that.
Right,
It
right.
was like, this is my friend, we're hanging out. And now, if she liked me, I'm not gonna deny that. But I'll say that she is a good person. She was listening to me, laughing at my jokes. I was like, oh my gosh, you know?
Yeah, it made
me
it's what you
happy.
needed.
And it made me feel good. And at that time, it's what I needed. And I believe Ralph was intimidated because she was around. It wasn't like it was a secret. She was here. She was there. She was at my album release party, a listening session. Like she was hanging with, you know, my friend group. And so we had a great time. But I think now because it became a headline and everybody was putting it on their story to try to get back on a certain show. It was like, let me post this and see if I can get some traction. It didn't work. You know, so much so, we were talking about this last year.
Right.
So I'm just like, I'm tired
Yeah.
of talking about Ty. Like, this
Yeah.
is old news for me in my
Okay.
life, honestly. But I mean, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. But I haven't seen a receipt of any of this, you know, 3,000 minute situation. I don't know where that came from, but I think people did the math and the math wasn't mathing because they're
Yeah.
like, well, that's still just not that much time to talk.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
normal conversation.
325,000.
600 minutes. That's a long, but I will say this. So have you said anything to Ming? Have you confronted her about anything? Or are you just kind of like, I'm not giving you any more?
I saw her last night and I was like, oh. They was like, are you okay? I said, for what? They was like, because over there. I said, who? Where? Oh.
Now that's a tall. Me and her about the same. She a little taller than me. That's a big lady now.
She is
sitting.
tall.
Okay.
And she stayed seated.
Okay now. I was just about to
was over
say,
in the
Drew, I might have
corner.
to pull up and help you out a little
She
bit.
stayed where she needed to stay, which was in a corner.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and so that's where
So there's
it was.
no beef there. You just kind of
No.
like hated and done.
I don't stop. Listen, if that's how you need to get your bag and your moment,
Yeah.
you know, if you got it, somebody need to run me a check though.
I
think at this point-
it was a little odd. I
was like,
this is a whole
this is a
nother
whole different
franchise.
franchise. Exactly.
I think I'm owed something.
I do as
I
well.
have to make an appearance.
I mean, I'm like,
I watched
the bag
first
right.
I watched the
Bag
first
right.
episode of Basketball Wives, so you know that was like the preview for like the next episode. I haven't watched that episode yet, but I just like where did this come from? This is crazy because I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't know she dated women and stuff like that. That was a surprise to me as well too.
Yeah.
But but speaking of storylines that people feel are a little bit extra, and then we're gonna get into the topic.
a lot of
We're not
extra,
done.
right?
I'm
Heavy
not
on the
gonna lie.
extra.
They do.
I review Housewives episodes on my Love Lex P channel.
Yeah.
And I am so fed up with this storyline with you and Dennis and Porsha. I'm tired.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, I want to see what's going on with her and Ralph in the basement. What Ralph doing in the basement? And we keep talking about her and Dennis and Porsha. Where did this come from?
Well, I think that we can all see she couldn't talk about a lot of things. And
Right.
so they brought her back on, and it was very highly anticipated
Yes.
to deliver a certain story
Okay.
that she couldn't deliver.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was giving flop. It was giving a fail. And she had to pivot on something she could talk about. And so yet again, here I am to talk about this made-up fictitious story that no one's believing.
I mean, if you see how the way you talk to Dennis, it's
not giving
She be like,
romance.
hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell when a woman has chemistry with a man.
I
You can tell when that
agree.
little cootie cat get hot around a man.
Can y'all
Yeah.
tell the physique that I go for?
And
I
that
like a
too.
certain
You like
build.
You like a
someone with
certain
them
build,
nipples.
yeah.
You like them Ralph
biceps,
nipples.
honey. I like biceps.
Yeah, she
and
do
pecs.
Ralph swole now.
Them
Yeah.
Ralph nipples is crazy.
I'm just saying. You
I don't
can
like
see what
the
she
jiggly.
like.
No, but
Yeah.
I
I have.
agree.
I don't.
The
need to be-
interactions
It's
very
one
much
person
given,
with
hey,
titties.
friend.
Thank you.
And it's me.
And it's me, and it's gonna be me. So I don't. That's just not me.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I'm like, if y'all see my type, then y'all would know. And at the end of the day, if you hear the album, which I'm so excited about and proud of,
Yes, it's
we
amazing.
were working.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just told that to Ty. I said her album, and I'm not saying, oh, actually, like I was surprised. I was like, her album is really good.
Yeah.
Like it's good. So I'm like, I know they wasn't in that studio fucking. They was making music.
Hello?
You can tell when people be in the studio fucking. It be
Listen.
roll your boat.
Well, I
No,
don't
this
know, because Summer Walker in London on the track was like a word.
Okay, you right.
But you felt it though.
But
But we felt
Yeah,
it. But we
I
felt
feel
it. If you watch the show, you can see like when Drew talks to Dennis, there's no chemistry there. There's no nothing. It's no
Yeah.
flirting. It's no because you can't hide that when you have chemistry with someone.
I mean, but to me, that's Housewives. Like, how many times did Nene record with Peter? Like, that's been Housewives for the longest. Like, people's spouses
That was a
record
good
with other
point.
people all the time. Who
That's a great
cares?
point.
that's a great
I love
point.
you, friend. You
I
know.
mean,
Come on, Taurus.
of course.
Taurus.
But I'm
We
just
clear it
saying,
up.
like,
Yeah, go
that's
ahead,
what
clear it up.
Housewives is. It's been a lot of situations where spouses have recorded with other housewives. Like, who cares? It's
Yeah.
just not that big of a deal to me unless you really have receipts that you feel like it's something going on. And to me, I agree with you. It's obvious that nothing sexual, romantic was going on between you and Denise.
So that was like kind of like it was fabricated a little bit for
Yes, because Porsha and I had a conversation before the season started.
Okay.
And everything was cool. She was like, I love the music. Porsha's a fan of the music. You know what I mean? So there was never any animosity or like, girl, we need to talk. She was invited to my birthday party by Dennis, which
Yes.
she said,
Yes.
well, why do you think you were invited? Why would Dennis be inviting you to my birthday party if you were just,
right.
yeah. So when I was saying those things, I'm like, okay, she pivoted from working with Dennis to filming with Dennis, then to like the go naked hair. It was like, I don't even know what you mad about now. I'm
Yeah.
confused. But I really was like, my girl's coming back. I'm so excited. So when I saw her at Shamia's party, that's why I was so taken aback. And I was just like, I was flabbergasted because I was like,
I
ugh.
was too.
Huh?
She was mad. She said, "You are a whore." I said, "Oh, oh, they was getting that."
I said it like,
Baby, you are a whore. I said, "Oh, they be on Housewives. They use
reenactment. It was
the hard
R.E.
You felt it?
I felt it. I was like,
I got my acting bag.
Yeah.
come
You
on.
see?
Come on over here, girl.
But you know, it's crazy because I will say I am a fan of Porsha. I love Porsha down. I always say I'm real biased when it comes to her, but honestly, this storyline has shocked me. It has really shocked me because I don't think she realized how it didn't make her look good. I think the point of it, like, I understand what they were trying to go for to make you look like you're being sneaky, but it doesn't come off like that at all. It just comes off like, why are we still talking about it?
Right. It was
on
no
episode
bliss.
10.
Oh my God, they was in Nashville, girl. It had been over. And it's like, I found out she recorded with Dennis, child. And it was just like, girl, why are we still talking about this?
Bitch,
Like,
we all be in the stool.
we all be in the stew turning up.
In the club, we all in the stool. We all
All
fam.
fam.
Hello?
Okay, so we're going to get into the topics now. So, because it's time to hear your opinion on things. But first, Todd, what are we drinking today?
All right. So,
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, let me take mine.
in honor of our beautiful guest, Miss Drew Sidora, from Chicago, by the way. Love that. Cheers to the shot. We're going to call this one Good Girl, Bad Bitch. All right. And she's cute too. So this one has whatever spirit of choice you like. We have some tonic syrup by a black-owned brand called 1821. We have some of that So Mixy hibiscus syrup in there. And then we topped it with a cactus rose sparkling water. So we're giving floral, something light, something refreshing. And then I garnished it with a full hibiscus flower that's been soaking in rose syrup and a mint sprig right in the middle of it, just to give it a beautiful color to that garnish. So this one is the Good Girl, Bad Bitch. Cheers, y'all.
I love it. Cheers.
I took mine already.
I
Couldn't
see.
wait. I'm excited. I love when we have like good girl talk, good episodes. We
Me
are
too.
vibing. All right, Drea, you want to go ahead? Go ahead.
Okay. So we're going to do a little icebreaker. Scene or reality? We're going to read dramatic scenarios and ask, was this from TV or was it real life?
Ooh.
Yeah, so you got to say, like, was this in a movie or was this like a news article, like it really, really happened?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you got to
Okay.
let us know.
Uh-oh.
Okay, go ahead
Wanna
with the
go
first scenario, Drea.
You want to go first?
Oh, yeah, I can go first. Okay. Is this scene or reality? He faked a heart attack to stop his girl from leaving him during an argument. Scene or reality? Do you think that's in a movie or do you think that happened in real life?
Say it one more time.
He faked a heart attack to stop his girl from leaving him during an argument.
That's a scene.
The scene? The answer is
No!
real life. A Florida man really did this to keep his girlfriend from walking out during a fight. He faked a heart attack to make her stay.
I was going to say, y'all don't think niggas be doing that in real life?
That happened to me actually too.
Really?
Like, to heart attack?
Yes, my boyfriend, when I was like 20, 21, he was like, I have a heart condition. I don't know how long I'm gonna make it.
Shut
And I really was like believing him, and I like took him back, and
girl.
I started noticing every time we would get into it, he would be like, and I was like, nah, bitch, I don't give a fuck. It was the last time I said I don't care. If
He got that
Wow.
from Fred Sanford.
Oh,
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. I was gonna say that. That's why I said sing, because I know Sanford.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's why. That's
and
immediately.
he kept doing it.
But dang, friend.
And it got to the point where I was
wow.
like, I don't care. At this point, pass out. I'm gonna call the ambulance. And he was like, damn, bitch.
You know,
Yeah, I say, but
That is not a man you need, because I need a manly man. Like, I gotta be your nurse all day.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, men don't usually want to even seem like the weaker. So why you just lay it out, honey?
Faking it. Faking
Oh, that is
I
wild.
don't like that.
Ooh, next
Okay.
one, Drea. This is funny.
This one is funny, but I feel like y'all gonna know. She drove up a mountain to save her marriage.
I know that one.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely a scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. So, Tyler Perry's. Why did
Hello.
I get that?
Hello.
Sheila.
Hello. Come on, girl.
Come on, Sheila. But y'all would have drove up a mountain to save your marriage.
I don't know if I would have drove. She walked though, because didn't her car break down?
Well, something that happened. No, they had to wait because something. Remember, she had to stay with the police officer overnight in
Yeah.
the cabin.
Yeah.
And they couldn't go to the next day.
Yeah.
See, me, I would have been dicking down the cop first night.
See, girl.
See, that would
I
have
mean,
happened.
she waited a few months.
He would have been mad at at me because I would have came back in that cabin smiling with my new boo.
See, you got it. Because see, I would have been the girl fight. I would have been
Fight. Oh, see, yeah.
Because I have literally,
pro.
figuratively, I have driven up many
You
mountains,
did.
guys.
You was driving. You in that dinner table. You was driving up that mountain.
Thank you.
You was
see?
driving up that mountain. A good woman, because I ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's
The
a
girl
wrap.
gone bad
I
bitch.
could've
Listen,
drove
I'm
with
coming over to your side now, girl. Because enough is
Good
enough.
girl, bad bitch. Okay?
Said enough is
It's
enough.
enough.
Okay, scenario. Woman finds out husband's social security number doesn't match his marriage license. His job is a forklift driver for a temp agency and his family doesn't exist.
Ooh. I don't know. The road is crazy. I don't think
So
I
let me say it one more time. A woman finds out her husband's social security number doesn't match what they have on the marriage license. His job is a forklift driver for a temp agency, and his family doesn't exist. So everything she knows about him is a lie.
I ain't never seen no movie like that. Dang. Yeah, that would be some really great screenwriting because I would say real life.
Real life. It
Because
is.
that's diabolical.
It's real life.
Oof.
That's Ressa Tessa. The Ressa Tessa story.
Oh,
on
why
TikTok.
did I get, yes,
Why?
who
Who the F did I marry?
Yeah.
And they're coming out with a movie with that. They're still working on that. It's still coming.
That's why it was so
Working on
major.
that. Tyler
Yes,
Perry?
No, it's not a Tyler Perry production, but she's still on TikTok and she's still very popular.
Yeah.
But she was saying they're still in production and stuff like
She
that.
got picked up by a really big
I mean, yeah.
I believe
Huge.
picked her
I mean, she
up.
was on Tamron Hall.
Yes.
She was on a lot of, but I think that's the amazing thing about social media and like sharing your story. It's like, you never know. What was the movie that first happened?
What movie?
What was the movie, y'all, with the stripper? What was that movie called? I cannot remember. So it was a stripper who told a story of how she met this random
And it was, like,
girl
about Twitter.
at Hooters. It was on Twitter. And I mean, the thing was playing out online and they made it into a movie. And the movie was so good.
Now I
it was
wanna
so
watch.
funny.
Zola.
Me too.
Zola.
Zola.
Yeah.
So the movie is called Zola?
Zola.
Yeah, the movie is called Zola.
Watching
Y'all
that.
have to watch
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
This
I need
came
to
from
watch
a
this.
Twitter story. So I'm excited to see the Ressa Tessa movie.
I am too.
I think it's going to be so good.
It had everybody so locked in for months.
Oh, I was literally driving in my
Yeah.
car, had it playing on my Bluetooth.
Chokehold.
Oh, God.
And then
it was
I
so
think
good.
it started a trail of other people because like so many other people started to do that and they were having
But it was different. 'Cause who the fuck is my baby daddy? Bitch, you know who that nigga was.
Or you got an idea.
But
You knew.
But now I think now it's like
Yeah.
following a trend. And now you don't know what's real.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love it because typically in movie screenwriting, it follows a formula, you know? But I think now, like you said, with social media, they're taking these risks. It's no formula.
Yeah.
Right.
The lead character's
Right.
dying, people doing some, it's like diabolical, and we're not used to seeing that technically in scripted, you know, television.
Would you do a biopic of your life?
Girl, I need to.
You do?
I think it
I
would be
would.
really dope.
I mean, honestly, you could have a whole hour and 30-minute movie about that man in that basement.
Period.
That's the name of the movie.
The Man in the Basement.
The Man in the Basement. You can have that for free.
Jesus.
The Man in
okay,
the
EP.
basement.
And then you might have to get a little role because I done seen your acting skills now.
Hey, look now.
Because we gon' to work.
Okay.
It goes to work.
The Man in the Basement.
Listen. And it's really...
That sounds like a Lifetime movie.
I was going to say that. I said, and it really is giving Lifetime because, I mean, really, truly, y'all have no idea about what I've really gone through. Like, I was married for 10 years. I was married for 10 years. So it wasn't like we got on reality and all of a sudden it was these issues. Think about like year 1, year 2, year 3. We were living in Chicago. We lived in LA. It's a lot that happened that I put up with and dealt with that y'all would be just like,
Because,
what?
okay,
I'm
since we were all
thinking of the cover photo.
the Man in the Basement in his eyes.
It'll be Drew in the front, and then it'll be a man in the back with, you know how they be having
that's what I
half
said
the
with
wall.
Peeking through the stairs, like the people down under the stairs.
Okay, I forgot, because we're going to move on to the topics, but I forgot to ask you about this, because this was a big deal in one of the other seasons whenever he disappeared.
Oh, girl.
Was that something that he used to do a lot, though? Because you didn't seem shocked by it or moved.
Right. Well, so he would like leave the house and not tell anybody he was gone. He'd like to just come and go as he pleased. So coming in at any time of the night, 4 or 5 a.m., that was normal. But that was the first time he ever like left and crossed state lines.
Right.
Without telling us. And this is like, I just had my Achilles surgery.
Right.
My mom is here. And it's like the audacity to do that with my mom here. Because you know my mama, she's like going to be all up in it. Like, wait, what? And so I was just like, dang. And this was our first season. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. We didn't know how like reality worked. So during this season, we had to get COVID tested. So the producers called me and they're like, can you and Ralph come get COVID tested? And I'm like, yeah. I said, let me, get back with you about Ralph, but I'm good. I called Ralph. He wasn't answering the phone. Calling him. He's not answering. So I told the producer, well, you're going to need to call him because I can't get him on the phone just to confirm him. And so the producer calls me back like, I talked to him and he is out of the state. And the rule then was if you come back in state, you have to quarantine for 14 days. So they were like, we're going to have to put you on ice because you guys can't film.
Fucking up the money.
Right. So that's how I essentially found out he was even out of state. It wasn't from him ever telling me. It was from a producer. So the first time, he comes back and they lined it up real good. They had us film on the day that he came back.
Wow.
So when he came back, it was like, this is the first time we're talking and I'm seeing him. We tried. If y'all remember, it was our anniversary.
Yes.
And we were like popping champagne. He was cooking shrimp and grits. We were having a good time because we were trying to show like we love each other, guys.
You was driving up that mountain.
I was driving up the mountain.
Baby, you was driving the fuck up that mountain.
We gonna name this episode Sheila.
Because, baby, the way I would have cut, I don't give a damn. Have you lost your mind?
Yes. So it was like, this is my first day. I'm not trying to let everybody know how much of a shit show we are.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna like show, because I do love you.
Yeah.
So it's not fake, but we love each other and it's our anniversary. We're gonna celebrate all these years that we done been through all of this shit. And we're gonna love on each other today. But when we were at the dinner, it was like, but we do need to address it. It was that energy.
Yeah.
We done had a great day, but now we need to just have an adult conversation about where the F were you? And that was all I asked was, where were you? And instead of him saying where he was, it became this combative thing that you
Like
guys
he was
saw.
offended.
Right.
That
Yeah.
you, oh, damn.
That's the day.
You and that Beijing and them nipples. I got it out for Ralph. If you watch the show, it will infuriate you. It really will.
And that was how we came on. And I'm thinking, the reason why I started to cry was because I was embarrassed.
Yes.
Because I've been in front of cameras my whole life, so I feel very comfortable. But my husband doing this, I'm like, why are you doing this in front of all of America? Instead of just showing the good side of you. Because he does have a good side, y'all. I didn't marry him for all what y'all done seen.
Yeah.
There isn't, but, like I say, in my album, I Did It To Me is about also taking accountability because I did know this other side. But I didn't know how bad. You know what I mean? Like you get a taste of it, but when that side started to come to the forefront and that's all you got to see, it was really unfortunate.
I always pour into women when I can feel your energy and I can see your energy. You are an amazing woman. And what you have given to the world being on this reality show, and like I said, I'm a consumer. So sometimes, even as somebody who's on the cameras, I don't connect the fact that you're a human and you're still going through things. So when I tell you, like, the energy that I'm feeling from you right now, you're an amazing woman. And don't ever let a man who couldn't reach where you were at and your understanding and your forgiveness make you feel like you're less than. Because a lot of times we are amazing women and a person who's not there yet can't recognize that, and it'll make you feel like I'm not doing enough.
Yeah, make you lose your
But
word.
the beautiful thing about the reality TV, you can look on the beautiful side, is that the receipts are there. And we all witnessed you trying. We all witnessed that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and even though we haven't been married, we've all been there of trying to show somebody like, I'm enough. Why is it not enough? But it's not that you're not enough. They don't see it. They're not enough.
And they don't want to rise to the occasion and do the work.
The
Like
worst-
you said, it's like, I'm actually willing to work this out with you.
Oh.
You don't want to do the work. You don't want to better yourself.
Let me tell you something so deep, because you're right on track, right? And I appreciate that because I felt it in my spirit, and I'm going to try not to cry. But honestly, like
Oh, can we get some tissue?
Take your time, child, because we all done been here. Yeah.
no, right?
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
She got it.
thank you.
You are.
So much so that this is crazy.
It's okay. Take your time. We got time, child. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, but I
Take
need
it
to
there.
get this out because things that I've not said.
Yeah.
that I'm like, I gotta get it out and speak on it. So y'all really like understand.
Yeah.
Cause you said it. And a step further is I actually wanted it to be my fault.
Yeah.
Because I was willing to do the work. And I said, okay, if it's my fault, then I can actually go and work on me and excuse his behavior and work on me. And this will be better and this will work out. So I wanted it to be me, y'all.
Yeah.
Like I really did, because I knew like he wasn't gonna take ownership. He wasn't willing to do the work. So if it's my fault, let it be my fault. Because I'll go do the work to make this work.
Yeah.
And, you know, when that just never happened, it's like when you start to elevate, it's like you hold your hand out, but after a while you can't keep pulling that weight because the weight makes you break.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
weight makes you break.
And we saw you, you know, reach your breaking point. But I think
Yeah.
that that's the good thing about it, because you're still so young and beautiful and talented. It's like that's the chapter that you went through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not
And
your
that's why
final destination.
It's not your final destination. That's the beauty about life.
Yeah, and I think a lot of women, especially women who have been married, who have children, you have to realize, like, it's still men out there that's gonna look at you and be like, look, she's a great woman. She's the prize. I want her. That doesn't stop you. I feel like it's so many women out there who feel like, oh, I've invested so much time into this man, into this situation. What am I gonna do after this? You still gonna have a redemption story. Because he didn't deserve you in the first place.
Yeah. And I'm grateful, you know, for the time that we had, because we have beautiful, beautiful kids.
Right.
And so I think too, you know, you do want to have that family. And maybe it's because I grew up with that, so that's all I know.
Right.
But I think even what was so incredible with this album was that I was able to, even though I'm not all the way healed, where I was in life at that point was like just trying to get out the bed. You know what I mean? So I've come from a place that y'all didn't get to see at that time, but just getting out of the bed and trying to just get myself onto my day, you know, to get to a destination. And I was so grateful why I said all those things about Dennis was because my destination was the studio at that time.
Yeah.
A lot of times if you don't have anything going on and you don't have anything to do, you just literally, it's so easy just to sulk
Oh my God.
and to stay in the bed and be stagnant. But the music came at such a time where I was like, I got people waiting for me. I got people supporting me, believing in me, pushing me, encouraging me. I got to get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what
And
that
you're doing
season of my
a
life
good job. I
did.
think a lot of times we don't give ourselves grace either. We feel like, oh my gosh, I have to. Sometimes you got to have those days where you don't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to have those days where you can't show up. But
Life be lifey.
I always say this. Even if, like, today I wake up and I only improved 0.5%, hey, that's better than yesterday.
That's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
I agree.
Look, if I got up and I went to the bathroom and took a shower, baby,
That's better than yesterday.
Hello?
because I didn't take a shower yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
and
That's
like I
it.
said, I'm so glad to have this moment and really talk to you and understand,
Yeah.
because I think sometimes we lose that, because I'm just tuning in every week for the tea, but we do forget, like you said, y'all were married for 10 years.
Yeah.
There was so much before the show that we didn't see.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I even think me as a consumer, I needed to hear this.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be like, Drew, come on, girl, kick him out.
So this
Do
is
this,
it.
you know?
We filmed for what, 3-4 months?
Right.
And you guys are getting like 5 minutes of my life.
Yes.
All in every episode, you're getting like 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
you're not seeing all the caveats and all of the minute details. And like I said, the best that I can do is show up as myself. But
Right.
storyline goes forth, entertainment goes forth, negativity and drama, of course. But I think why I came, is to show that human side that you may not always get every Sunday.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think even with us, like, we don't have kids yet. We're not married yet. So even sometimes it's a struggle for us with things that we go through, like getting up out the bed, carrying on with our life every day. So kudos to you.
Girl.
Shout
You
out
have
to
a
you
village
and all of
depending
the
on
mothers Because
Yeah.
you have to still
You
be
have
there
to.
for the little people.
Because I don't want to see them to see me crying.
Yeah.
Because, and then I do know my kids feel my energy.
Yeah.
So not even just the tears, but just the energy and making sure they're good,
Right.
you know? Which there was a scene that just dropped that's coming on next week where I have a conversation with my mom because she notices that, you know? And that's like the most heart-wrenching thing as a parent, as a mom. Like, you want your kids to be good, even if I'm not. I just want y'all to be good. And so to know that they may be dealing with some things, it's like that's why you try and fight so hard to keep the family together. But then it's like at one point, is it a detriment to them to see us like this all the time?
Right.
Yeah.
And then probably trying to figure out that balance too of like y'all going through this process and you being upset with him, but not letting them feel that or not wanting them to feel different about their dad.
Because we did tell them, so people didn't get a chance to understand this, but when he moved into the basement, when we got the court order, we said, okay, daddy's moving in the basement to give mommy more space in the closet. And he can focus more on his work being down there, you know? And so they were excited. They were like, surprise, mommy, look at what daddy did for you. So even to that effect, you know, we've tried to keep it as normal as possible, but also in the court order, we're not to tell them.
Right.
Now, unfortunately, we talked about it on the show, but we thought our divorce would be final by now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, or we would have been able to share this with them. So, you know, we're just trying to manage the internet access and do the best we can. Because following a court order, you have to follow or you're in contempt, you know?
Right.
So I tell people all the time, if y'all are in a relationship or married, going through a divorce, try to mediate amongst each other.
Yeah.
If y'all don't take nothing else from me, oh my God, the amount of money you'll save and the time, because we could have wrapped this thing up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But letting the court have their way is not the way.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl XP.
And it's your girl, Dre Nicole.
Y'all know we have a segment on Poor Minds called Item of the Week. But do you have a product or something that you want to promote and you want it featured on Poor Minds? Your opportunity is here.
Period. If you have an item or you have a business and you want to get it promoted, we are now having slots available on the Poor Minds episode. So if you would like to get your product featured for Item of the Week, all you need to do is send an email to itemoftheweekpm@gmail.com. That's itemoftheweekpm@gmail.com. Send us an email and we'll work it out. We're going to figure it out. Get your product, get your business sponsored, and make you some money.
We love to support a small business now.
And a black business at that. But I mean,
It can
any
anybody.
business is
We
welcome.
don't discriminate.
Any business is welcome.
Imagine.
Yeah.
But I do, because that brings us to our first topic, because we wanted to talk about, like, do you feel like the reality of reality TV, like, are y'all being set up to fail, though? Because, like you said, the producers are not y'all's friends, technically. They're there to, like, you know, do a little 1-2. So do you feel like they're setting y'all up for, like, the drama, for the moment? So do you feel like they're setting y'all up for these moments to fight, or they're not trying to be helpful? Because, you know, we see it's a lot of negative reality TV out right now, if we're being honest. Like, I feel like one thing I do respect about Housewives, outside of Porsha when she drug King at that time, y'all don't really get to the point of throwing hands.
Oh gosh, no.
You know, y'all don't fight. You know what I'm saying? But reality TV, like, they want to see people fighting. They want to see the drinks thrown. Like, do y'all remember when Jennifer from Basketball Wives threw that drink and Eric, her ex-husband, came and threw that drink in her face? Like, I mean, it was just like, but...
And Ray J threw that drink at Princess.
He
Well,
threw
she threw a
Princess
drink
in
at
the
him,
pool.
but then she threw him in the pool.
But you have to realize, like, moments like this is like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like abusive a little
It
bit.
is.
You know, like, you know, seeing people hit on each other. So do y'all feel like women are held to a different standard than, like, the men are? Because, like, if a man has a moment, it's like, oh my gosh, ha ha ha. Then a woman's like, oh, she's ghetto, she's trashy, but they set y'all up for that.
Yeah, I think it's always different standards.
Yeah.
Like with women versus men, it's always going to be different. And it's just men, you know, they release their emotions by going to the gym and releasing some sort of physical energy, where women are internal. Biblically, we were speaking from the inner. So I think just naturally, you know, we react very emotionally. And that's fine. That's the difference in men and women. So I think for women, we can use our vocabulary
we can use our vernacular, we can go toe to toe. And I think it's unfortunate when we have to get to that point. I think when we get to that point, we need to reevaluate our trauma levels, our response levels. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my first season, I did lunge at Toya.
Oh, yeah, you showed
So I'm not gonna sit up here, I'm not saying nothing I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, she got me to that point.
She said,
Girl, I think the security like jumped on me. Because you do find yourself in that situation where, listen, I got a lot going on at home.
Yeah.
Try me, and that's where we came to.
Yeah.
Happy to say now we are really good friends.
Y'all are.
We are. She is literally like my village right now. Like my kids were with her on Easter.
Oh my
And
goodness.
her kids come over and spend the night and vice versa. So yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's great when, as grown women, we can turn that thing around.
Yeah.
But, you know, when sometimes it just goes down like that.
Do you feel like you have been fairly portrayed on the show that you've been on? And do you feel like it's ever been, like they've ever portrayed you to be more dramatic than the situation really was?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, they're catching a lot of film. And, you know, we got to tell a story and you got to edit it down. So I feel like, yeah, you don't always get the true 100% essence of everything.
Yeah.
And so it can be perceived. But I feel like, honestly, people that see me. And after 4 years, I think people kind of know me. They be like, okay, Drew crazy. Okay, Drew, shut up. You talk too much. Like, they know me. And I'm like, okay, I know my own quirks.
Yeah.
And I think now the fans are getting a chance to see the good and the bad and the ugly. And I said, that's why I signed up.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. You know, you guys are definitely going to see me make mistakes and apologize and be, you know, but I'm dealing with a lot of life. I think on the show, a lot of people talk about what they're dealing with, but y'all actually in my story see it.
And I will say, like, the Nashville scene when y'all were at the dinner table and you were trying to be open and then, like, Porsha kind of, like, shut it down. And you were like, all right, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Because one thing about you gonna walk out the room and be like, I'm done. I'm not, what is it? What else? Like, I'm removing myself from the situation.
Yeah.
I think that was the smartest thing to do. And I noticed a lot you do that this season. You're like, hey,
Protect my peace.
yes, you have been protecting your peace this season.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for people to notice. Like, you know, you're like, hey, I came to Nashville. Now, I will say, I know Angela invited you, but I do wish, why you didn't call Porsha and just be like, hey, Angela invited me. I just want to make sure it's okay that I come. You did. You did.
Let me say,
Okay.
I was blocked.
Okay.
Like,
Porsha
it's
blocked-
just certain things that I'm like, oh, I just want y'all to know. You know, the girl blocked me. I was blocked. Okay.
Okay.
She blocked me on social media and she blocked me in real life.
Oh.
Okay.
So there are text messages that I guess she didn't see. There were things that I didn't want to do, that I didn't feel like I should be at certain places. But
Production. Of course, they got to do the...
I'm not going to say that.
But is it me
I
that
know
just
it.
feels like
Y'all
if
grown for making her show up.
But is it me that just feels like if y'all are already having an issue and y'all already not getting along, why do you need to ask her, can you go somewhere? Even
Well,
if-
it was for her birthday. They went to Nashville for her birthday. And Angela and Drew are friends. And Angela was
Right.
like, well, I want Drew to come so y'all can work everything out.
Sounds
okay.
good.
So I'm saying,
Sounds
but even
good.
still, why does she need to text Porsha?
To be like, hey, I'm coming to Nashville. And I just want to make sure it's cool because this is your birthday trip.
Well, I'm
I
not
hear
going to
you.
say I text her. I'm not going to say that I did
Yeah.
that. But there were messages that I was sending to her that I was blocked.
Okay.
So for that reason, it was just like, okay, and y'all saw me try to go and have a conversation
Did.
as a grown woman
Yes.
a few times. And it's like at a certain point, girl, we're not gonna talk about it. Because as girlfriends, as y'all are,
Yes.
like, I hold my feet to the fire. You know, get me together. If I did something wrong, tell me I did you wrong. Let's talk about it. So I feel like maybe we weren't the friends that I thought we were, because a real one would have like called me
something.
and said something, especially when we were talking and having multiple conversations and texting and everything was all good.
Yeah.
So I just felt like in this instance, okay, I'm gonna just go along. You know what I mean? At this point, but at a certain point, because y'all saw me go to court the day before, it was a lot going on in my personal life that I was like, you know what? I've tried. I asked everybody do y'all have a problem with me? Because I'm the type of girl that's like, y'all can do all this cute stuff in confessionals. And y'all can say all this in your little scenes that I'm not there and y'all bringing my name up. But now I'm here.
Yeah.
Tell me to my face.
Yeah.
And because no one
what you
did,
said.
say what you said and stand on it. And the fact that nobody did, I was like, okay. Well, then I'm leaving then. Because I know you guys have been talking amongst each other, but if we're not going to have a real conversation, I kind of tend to lean into like real girls. That's like,
I just feel like you
Same.
didn't
You know
do
what I mean?
anything, and everybody keeps being like, "Well, this her baby daddy," and Cynthia's like, "Well, because if anybody did this with Leon, first of all, it's Leon. I get it.
Well, what's wrong
what?
with
We love
No,
Leon.
I'm saying, no, I'm agreeing because if anybody is outside with Leon and Leon is my baby daddy, I'm gonna be mad too. I'm protecting Leon. That's what I'm saying.
You would be mad if you
If
and
my
the baby daddy not together no more. You would be mad if
And,
somebody
and
outside.
my baby daddy is Leon. That's what I'm saying. Leon. Your baby daddy is Dennis. No shade to Dennis. But
She's like, it ain't that
We
deep.
love Dennis, guys.
We love Dennis, but let's
you said what you
relax,
said.
and it's about work.
Yeah.
Honestly, Drew did not do nothing wrong.
I agree.
So let me say this so much so. I played the love interest to Leon in a play. So I was like, Cynthia, like I have literally like worked with your baby daddy and even Moneta and I know like I've done music with Neo and I did a movie with Todd.
Okay.
I just did another movie with Todd.
Period.
You know, I mean, I'm a professional. I'm the girl that works.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging nobody how they get their money, but I'm just the girly that has been working my whole life. And that's how I take care of myself. So if you got a bag, all right, you know, and I'm the sister. Like, I'm the friend. I'm not the friend that you can't trust.
Right.
But girl, you are the friend. Trust.
Ooh.
You know what?
So,
Cause okay, now
Hey.
like I said, y'all know I love Porsha down. But you know,
is what
it
it
just
is.
looks a little funny in the light. Because I get it though. But you have to realize a lot of times people project. So when you've done something to somebody that may not be,
yeah.
you know, with the Fallon situation with Simon, sometimes you feel
And
like,
you feel
well,
like
I
everybody
know
else trying to do that to you.
we look, they not like us. We don't get down like that.
They
But
not like
I'm not her.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I love Porsha. You know I love Porsha. Like I am a Porsha stan. So it has been a hard watch this
I'm
season
sure it
with
has
me.
been, girl.
It has, because I love her down. I love my girl.
And let me
down.
tell you, Porsha has been my girl.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, we were talking now when she was living her best African princess life. We ain't hear from her. Okay?
Mood,
She was
though.
not with the girls. She
no
was not.
mood, no.
that is a mood.
It's
Sometimes
not.
you thinking you finna ride on your red carpet ride a whole new
And that's
ride.
cool, but you should still hit your girls up though.
I know.
You shouldn't just go MIA.
But at the same time, I was like, girl, live your life. We happy for you.
Yeah.
But don't come back on the bullshit. That's all I'm saying. It's like, come back and catch up with us and see what's been going on. Because if I'm reaching out and I'm reaching out and I'm reaching out and you're too busy for me, then you can't possibly have a problem. But like I said, the timing of when our conversation happened is the timing of it. But I was like, no, we're going to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Like, and we did. And that was the point that I was making. We had a conversation. There was no issue. For the record, want to put it out there, she was good with your
She was
girl.
good. Okay.
And so that's why I still got, like, I love Porsha. That was my friend. But
Yeah.
you also have to see where people are at and let them be there and leave them there.
Where's y'all's relationship at today?
Non-existent.
Okay.
There is no relationship. You know, I think she showed me a couple of times who she is, and she has showed the world who she is. And I think we're seeing that also with her. Listen, if you treat your childhood best friend the way you treating her, what? Why
Because
should
I
I
was
expect
gonna
it?
ask, do you feel like y'all could reconcile?
Porsha needs to, again, like all of us, you need to work on yourself. You need to apologize for some things. And you need to learn how to be a friend.
Okay. That's
And it's just very simple.
Yeah.
Like, and really, like, I hate to see what's happening with her and Shamia, because let's face it, they were friends since childhood. So I can't really expect her to do right by me if she's not doing right by a good friend that
You know
Shamia has
what?
been.
So on my channel, Love XP, I've been watching. I review every single episode. I literally break down episode. In episode 1, when she showed up late, I said, "Watch what's gonna happen." I said, "I don't know what's gonna happen. I could sense it. I don't know what it is about me. I think because I grew up on reality TV and mess, I have a sixth sense when it comes to where shit goes.
Yeah.
I peeped it. I said, watch what they do. I said, something is going to happen between Shamia and Porsha.
But the thing is, like, I hate when people say watch what they do, though. Because sometimes production do be being messy.
No, that's what, when I said they, I meant production.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes production do be being messy, but they can only sometimes work with what they got. And I feel like in that specific situation, like if it had been my friend, you knew when the party was, and you know how Atlanta traffic is.
And I'm not showing up late to Drea party. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
But the thing is, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, cool. I can understand. That's traffic time. 15, 20 minutes, cool. 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And then we're having a moment. The cameras are out. Everybody is paying attention. Like, this is the highlight of the party. This when you want to walk up to me and hug me, not right now.
So what are some, like, because we talk about red flags in relationships. What are, like, red flags in friendships?
That's one. Because you making a moment about you when it's about me.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, and Shamia did talk about that to
Yeah.
Angela and I, like the many instances that she felt like Porsha didn't show up as a friend. I feel like, you know, as a girl code, like I said before, tell me when I'm wrong. Like, call me out, hold me to the fire, because we got to both be great out in this world.
Agreed.
And I'm counting on you to help me to, you know, stay on point. I feel like, you know, noticing your girl's worth and letting her get the light, letting her shine. Because when you shine, I shine. It just can't always be me.
Yep.
Like, we all got to be bad together.
Yes.
So I kind of have seen that over the years, because as we're seeing Shamia's life, we're like, wait a minute. We never seen all of this.
Ain't nobody told us nothing.
I said HVAC. Let me install a little AC.
At an airport.
But I'm glad that you said that, because I think that's important in friendship as well, since we are talking about that. I think that we have watched Shamia be a supporting character for Porsha for all these years. So now when it was like kind of Portia's turn, because I felt like in the first like half of the season, well, I would say the first few episodes, maybe like episode 1 through like 6 or 7, Shamia was like the lead. You know what I'm saying? Like Shamia was the person, you know, that she was kind of connecting all the friends, all the moments were at her house. So I felt like that was a good moment for Porsha to be like, you know what, let me support her, you know?
Yeah, I think that it didn't play that way. And that's why I say the reality that y'all see is real. Because even with Shamia coming out so strongly, I think true character starts to settle in and really let you see, as I refer to her as a lap dog. You know, it is what it is. Love Shamia. She is talented. And all of those things. She really is that girl, but I want her to see she's that girl.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm really being a friend of Shamia by saying, girl, you being a lap dog right now. Like, I need you to stand on something that you believe in. And I think she's just gotten used to being in that shadow, and it's time for her to step out.
When I tell you Shamia has been so entertaining and I've loved her.
The breakout star.
I'm not going to lie to you. I never paid attention to Shamia like that, if I'm being honest. But I was like, when they gave her a peach, I'm like, why are they now giving her a peach? And we have been waiting for the return of Housewives for so long. So I'm like, oh, Lord. But when I love Shamia down. I have been entertained. I said, honey, and that man love her down. I love the fact that they show like her journey with her children and trying to do a surrogate. I'm like, that's the stuff that we need to see in reality TV. We need to see what Black women go through, you know, even in your divorce or being a wife and holding it down, but still having your own career. Like, Shamia has jobs.
And that's what I was going to say. And no shade, but we need to see housewives. You know, when you got on the show, you was a housewife.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're kind of missing.
No, I feel like everybody this
part.
season is a wife or going
this
through
season,
a
but I feel like for a while.
Because Kelly is divorced, so she was a housewife. Angela's married. Porsha divorced twice. No, I was just saying she has been. Drew is going through a divorce. Who else we got?
But I'm just saying.
Britt.
Yeah.
Britt is married.
Oh.
Britt is married. Y'all know Britt sound like that.
How do y'all feel about it? Because it's new for y'all's ears.
Okay, I'll say this.
You know,
I'm trying, because one thing about it, I'll give everybody a fair chance.
Yeah.
So when the new girls came in, Kelly, Angela, and Britt, I was like, okay, let me give them a fair. Angela is that girl, first
Period.
of all.
I do like
Chi-Town, baby.
Oh, she's Chi-Town.
Chi-Town. That's
Angela,
my girl.
that was the addition we needed. Kelly does a good job. She adds her little, her 1, 2. It was something that Kelly did that I didn't like recently, and I can't think of it. I'm gonna think of it in a
Probably.
minute.
She does a couple.
She kept. It was
does
like
a couple of
sometimes
those.
she'll add a
Too
little.
much. Just a too much.
And it's like, hold on, Kelly.
much.
Hold on. But I do like her.
a little chihuahua. She's
She
so
be wanting the camera time.
Yeah.
That's
just
what
a little thirsty with
It was like she threw something at Angela that Britt was trying to serve to Angela, and it was like, you didn't need to speak up in that moment.
Well, I mean, even in the situation where she brought up Porsha and it just wasn't the
Why did you sleep with
time.
that? Why did you sleep with that
Yeah.
woman's man? Shut up! Because I seen a picture of your husband,
Ooh.
that ex-husband,
Ooh.
looking like a roly-poly-oly. We synced it. But I do like
He
Kelly.
was looking a little
There's
roly
something about Britt. I don't know what it is. I've been trying every episode. Y'all know if y'all watch Love Lex P, I'll be on her every episode.
I can't get with this. I can't get with it.
For me, it's not
It's
even.
a hard listen. Because Angela, first of all,
Cannot.
what I said was,
These reenactments is sending
But
me.
I
'cause
sound
all
like
of
her,
them.
right?
You're like 10 for 10 right now in my book.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna get you an agent. I'm
Okay, now. Help me out
Because
now.
I'm living for all of these.
Kenya was 100% wrong for that.
I don't agree that she did that at all. However, it's not like whatever the legal claims were.
Yeah, like revenge
You know what I mean?
porn.
Right.
Revenge
If it
porn.
lives on the internet, then
It is a little
public.
different, but I will say
It was
Kenya
distasteful.
focused on the wrong thing.
In
She
her
is out.
moment.
They talk about insurance scams. That's the tea. We all sucked dick before. I don't care about Brit sucking dick. I want to see the insurance tea. And I think if Kenya would have focused on that, that would have been a moment. That would have been a moment. That's some hot tea. Because you want to talk about,
my insurance company I have with my sisters, and
you want to do that? I want to talk about that.
yeah, we should have talked about that.
I mean, dick sucking is dick sucking, baby. We all done put a little ball in our mouth now. But I'm trying.
And
really.
if you did, my thing is stand on it.
Stand
Why
on
are you
it.
so angry
That
for
people bring
something
it
that we
out.
all? Yeah, that was the thing. We all have had to answer to something.
Because you gotta know with coming on shows like Housewives, it's going
gonna
to
come
come
up.
out.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this: when y'all went to the brunch that day, and Britt said something, and it wasn't funny, but you kept saying you are so funny.
Yeah.
Were you being sarcastic?
Of course.
Okay.
You get me.
Because I was like, Drew, it wasn't that funny. Why is you laughing?
It was funny to me because she was actually saying one of Kenya's
Kenya. Okay.
iconic lines.
Because you were like, you are funny.
I was like, wow. Because I'm like, now you want to be her?
Oh, got you.
Like, girl, you trying to get a moment off
Okay.
of her iconic line?
Because you were saying you're so funny, but you weren't laughing. So I'm like, was it really funny? Is she really laughing?
The obsession. It was the obsession for me.
okay.
Like, you wanted this girl gone, but now you're using, because she used her iconic and taglines like a couple of times.
Twirl or something.
Twirl on, and I didn't send for you.
Yes.
And yeah, at the Peace Brunch, it was just like, you're so mad about this girl that obviously you live for. So it's comical to me.
Yes, okay.
That energy is coming because it's giving obsession.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the way it was edited, I'm like, I couldn't tell whose side you was on.
Girl, no, I ride for my girl. But I was
Okay.
like, my energy the whole time was like, who are you? So now, are you Kenya? Like, that's what I was like, oh, you're a Kenya fan.
Yeah.
Man.
Because I'm not going to
Got
lie,
it.
that moment at Angela's dinner, what are you talking about? Kenya was really paying her in dust. And she was like, I'll go to the car and whatever she said, get
No.
her
I
Glock.
was gonna get that
I
pistol.
said, hold on, 50 Cent.
Can we talk about that?
Because what
That's
did
when they
Kenya-
said she need to be on Love and Hip Hop. She in the wrong franchise.
Because what are you talking about? I'll go get my gun and pistol whip you. What did Kenya do? Was there anything that was edited out? Because I was so confused in that moment.
Girl, let me tell you, we were all confused.
Okay.
Like, I will give it to Kenya in that moment. She was doing a great job playing dust.
Okay.
I'm sorry, paying dust.
Pay-
She was
yeah.
doing a great job paying dust because she just wasn't giving her energy. And I think that was what riled Brit up so much, is that she couldn't get the energy she was looking for.
Yeah.
So she went to a new level, which was like the threats of a weapon. And we were like,
Whoa.
you know, like, that's something
in my 4 years, I've never experienced, I've never seen, I've never heard. So I was like, girl, we fight with our words, not with like literal, do we gotta have like x-ray machines when we come to work now?
I'm
Like, do we gotta check
saying.
purses and bags? Like, that is a new low.
Yeah.
So I just felt like that was where it started for Kenya. She didn't feel protected because you go to anybody's job and they threaten you with a weapon. You can't even get on an airplane.
That's what I was about to say. You didn't go to the airport and say that.
you can't play those games.
Yeah.
You were on the no-fly list, okay?
Yeah.
So for you to say it so casually and open and calmly and like, this is your norm, it did, caution people. And I think for Kenya, she just didn't feel protected.
Yeah.
She
I think they did kind of like brush it under the rug, I will say, because
Yeah.
do I think that Britt would really do that? No, but at the same time, you can't just say things and have...
But then Porsha had her back then, did it?
What? When?
When that whole situation happened.
Yeah.
Didn't she get in her car?
Kenya got in her...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then she didn't have her back later.
Well, yeah, but I will say, like I said, in that moment of Kenya opening up her salon and you're saying this is for your daughters, and then you hold up a picture of a woman giving fellatio or...
Allegedly.
And I told y'all on Love Lex P who the dick belonged to. Allegedly.
But the thing is...
You didn't hear who it was?
I was there, but I'm trying to see if you know. I was there. Oh, everybody said that.
Yes.
Everybody was.
You saw my lips?
I think so. Oh, we know him.
I know. That's why I didn't. So when my editor cut a clip from the show, he cut it, I said, I'm not posting this on my page. It's still on the episode. But I was like, I'm not posting it on the page because he followed me.
He do follow.
But yes, that's what they said allegedly. Because I said, she been outside. She been in Atlanta for a long
She
time.
said it. She was like, I was a video vixen.
Yeah.
I did this, I did that. She was like moving around, but everybody that was there saw the poster boards, obviously.
So were they really that bad? Like, what was on the poster board, if you can say?
It was interesting because I was like, is this AI?
Okay.
For a while, I was like, I think this might be AI because the face was different. It was a different face. So I was like, I don't know when these pictures were taken, but I didn't know what to think because I'm like, maybe these are just, I was hoping it was AI. And we don't know, and I don't know if we'll ever know, but I just feel like, this was her moment, and it was a huge moment that she should have taken for herself. Because that's how you just shut a bitch up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Take your moment. She is the Kenya Moore.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I just was disappointed in how my girl handled it. But I will say, I think that women need to get together and iron out their issues amongst each other.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I wish there was that opportunity for them to hash it out. I don't think it's good for us to come on this platform and run and try to sue people and call in and tap in for help. I have been through so much and accused of so much and drugged through the mud that I myself, by myself, had to stand on and stand, up to clear my name and fight through, which I could say when you do it, it's so healthy.
Yeah.
Because I'm now cordial and on the other side with, like I said, Toya, Sheree.
Yeah.
It's like we have to, as women, go through things. And I just hate that Kenya didn't get that opportunity to, deal with Britt and they hopefully maybe resolve it. Or just be like me and Porsha. We just
Coexist,
right.
So you and Kenya are still friends.
That's my girl.
Can you confirm or deny, is it true that Ming Lee is the one that sent her that tea? Because that's what they're saying. That Ming Lee was the one that gave her that tea about Britt.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that because I always said I wished Kenya would have called me and told me this was what she was gonna do because I would have been like, no, bitch, no. But she didn't tell anybody.
Where she got that tea from.
No, and that she was even gonna do this.
Oh,
You know what I mean? We talk. And I'm like, girl, you didn't even tell me this was about to go down.
Yeah. Because Ming was denying it, but Britt was saying you were the one that gave her this tea. They was going back and forth on Instagram.
That
I know I be in everybody's business.
You know. You be hearing everything. I did not hear that. I did not know that to be true. Yeah, she told me, what Kenya has told me is that she found it online.
Okay. So she just did some research.
Yeah.
And found it.
And she had didn't she say she had a
private investigator.
Yeah, so.
But the private
They love a
investigator-
private investigator on Real Housewives.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where y'all be finding these niggas at?
I am weak. Okay.
But
Girls
No.
got their resources.
They
Okay,
do.
these OGs,
Facts.
they play a little different game.
Ready?
Yeah. I'm Drea Nicole.
And I'm Lex P.
And together we are Travel Queens.
From Charleston to the streets of Cartagena, we're eating good,
That's up my alley.
Drinking good.
cheers, and experiencing the beauty of different cultures. It's gonna be fun.
So we're taking you to incredible destinations with a special focus on the Black experience.
Two queens, one globe, endless possibilities. Travel Queens, series premiere Wednesday, April 23rd at 8 on
So
BET.
now it's time to get into the bed.
Bow.
The bed.
Ow.
The bed. Bow. 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 Bow.
What we got this week, Drea?
Okay, so with you being a seasoned actress, does acting experience ever spill over into your bedroom life? That's the topic for this week.
I'm not gonna say that it doesn't happen in
Yeah.
Hollywood because a lot of things go down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're seeing it, right?
Yes.
In Hollywood. I've never, ever taken my on-set love interest or be into my real life.
Yeah.
It just,
Because that's what happened on the game, though. Like, y'all shot the video. And,
yeah, well, that was all seen, girl.
but I'm saying that ain't never happened in real life.
Never, never,
Never.
never. First of all, it looks way sexier than what it really is.
Okay.
Like when you're on set and you do these scenes, these boys be really petty. Like I remember Pooch used to purposefully like eat all the onions and everything that was like, oh, it's garlic, give it to me because I gotta go do a kissing scene with Drew. And he was like, oh my God, I used to be so mad that I would have like gum, like don't play with me. It was more of that because you gotta imagine we're all friends, we're having a ball, we're happy to have a job living in
Yeah.
LA. It's not at all like romantic. Once they add that music and they slow it down, it becomes a different view.
I still remember
Because
that.
that video was
ringtone.
real sexy.
But do you remember that ring?
Girl. Oh my God, because that was my real song.
Yes.
That was,
Girl,
that was
that
an
was my
unbelievable
show.
time.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God, I love that, y'all. That
Okay,
is crazy.
But what are some like movie roles or like because you know we like to role play, especially because you were in a relation, you were married for
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
So have there ever been like a character in a movie or something that you'd be like, ooh, I would like to play this, or I would want my partner to like play this? Because I'm not gonna lie, Ghost from Power, I would love to like have a little scene. Where like me and my man just acting like we jogging. Remember when him and Angie was jogging and you know they was just chasing each other? I would love to just like have a moment and pretend like my man goes. You know what I mean? Bring it to the bedroom. I think that sometimes you see somebody that's like in like an actor or an actress and you be like, oh, let's act this out. Have y'all ever watched a movie and been like, ooh, let's play this in the bedroom? Not driving up the mountain though. Not driving up the mountain.
Not that part.
Not doing
No.
that. I don't know. I think the only one for me, which I kind of like low-key had that experience, would be Usher.
Ooh, you did. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's it for me. Cause like everybody else is like been a friend of mine or like
Yeah.
we struggled together. Like you slept on my couch at
Yes.
one point. We was struggling together. So it's different, but I feel like Usher, he was my childhood crush. And like I just always loved him so much. So I'm not gonna lie, when I went to his concert, I was like, I'm getting these cherries.
Oh my God, I did not get the cherry. I was front row too.
Me
What?
too. I
My
was
boo
close
had got
to
me
the
front row tickets,
No.
and I was with my homegirl. He got me front row tickets, and I was like this. And he never came over there.
He was like, don't
He
you
went
see
to that
me?
lady.
Oh my God, I wanted them cherries so bad.
Listen, so I was like in the pit.
Yeah.
Got tickets in the pit.
Yeah.
And then we found out like he doesn't go to the pit. He doesn't go to the pit to do the
He
cherries. So I was like,
don't. Yeah, he
hey.
going through the crowd.
But it was a moment in the show where he was like singing and he was like, y'all know this song? And I was like with my friend, we were really loud and we started singing it. And he pointed to us like, okay, they rock with me. So we started having a moment and I think that's the moment.
Oh my
At least for
God.
me in my head. I was like, we locked
Y'all
in.
connected.
We connected. And when he came to that pit, I was like, he's looking for me.
He here for me.
I don't know if he was, but I was like, and I was literally in the pit running around trying to get. So I definitely would
like love to do a movie with him, and he's like, be my husband.
Yeah.
Or my baby. Like, he's chasing me. Like, I would live for that. That would probably be one person
That
I
you
would
would
be
have
like,
like
I
a
don't know
little
none of these
moment.
lines, but
Yeah.
She said,
See, that's why Hollywood ain't ready for me. Because they going to be like, oh, okay, we have
She not
the
acting.
scene coordinator. Bitch, I don't need you. Move around.
yeah.
I got
Because then
this.
I'm going to be acting no more.
I got this. What about you,
Yeah.
Drea?
So a scene or like a person?
Either or.
Okay, so for me, probably Uncle Elroy and Sugar from Friday.
What?
I was...
This Mr.
Because
Nasty.
what?
I wasn't expecting
It's
that.
Mr. Nasty Time. I love that movie so bad. What? And I just can't wait to be like 45 and real nasty with my nigga.
You 34 and real nasty.
But they was old though. They
Okay.
was like, 45, 50. I can't wait to be 50
Girl.
and just not give a fuck and had a
Yeah.
feathers on when my man come home and had a whip ready.
Yeah.
Then we got a little chamber. Shout out to Candy.
Period.
Not the
Come on.
chamber.
Dungeon
I like that though. That's funny because I think sex should be fun.
Yes, I do think it should be fun. And I don't know, I love that movie. I love that scene. I just feel like it's so fun.
Yeah.
And it just makes me excited to get older because I feel like the older you get, I'm sure we can all attest to this being in our 30s. The older that you get, the more sexually, the less inhibitions you have when
Yeah.
it comes to having sex.
Yeah.
You
And
just,
see, that's the thing
Yeah.
that's beautiful with a husband, because I was getting that point where I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever you say.
Yeah.
You don't have any, you're not guarded. You're just
Yeah.
so free. So for me, it's that person that'll get you there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In Atlanta,
but I think it
child.
naturally just comes to as you get older. You're just more okay with establishing boundaries, letting it be known. Okay, I don't like this. You need to do this. And then just even probably fantasies and things that you have in your mind that you don't really want to let nobody know.
Yes.
You become more comfortable with that as you get older. So I feel like,
'Cause
you think
that-
I'm freaky now. Wait till I turn 50.
Because of all the roles I thought you were gonna say, I would not have guessed you would have said that.
What you thought I was
Uncle Eric? I
They
don't
be
know.
saying you remind them of Sugar.
They always say that.
Okay.
What's the lady's name? I'm drunk.
Kim
right now.
Whitley.
Kim Whitley.
Yeah.
Kim
They
Whitley.
people always say I remind them of Kim Whitley.
They do.
What
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the little
Yeah.
girl's name on the Upshaws? Not the daughter's friend. It's the daughter's friend. So people always send me messages and they say, Kim needs to play my mother.
Ooh.
She's the grandma. I'm the mom, and
And
this
then
little
that's the
girl's the
daughter.
daughter.
Whitney Robinson?
No, it's her friend. She's like dark skinned. She's really pretty. She
Rosani Zayas?
no, maybe let me look up her name. Let me see. What is I said the Upshaws? She used to be on Disney, I think. Let me see. Daria Johns.
Oh.
This little girl.
Okay.
They always say that this little girl looked like me.
Oh my God,
yeah, I
I
see
see
that.
it.
They always
I see
say
it.
so. They be like, "Oh, she should play your daughter, and then she should be the grandmother."
I could see that because y'all are unfiltered.
Yeah,
I don't care,
And
energy
she's
and
goofy.
fun.
3 generations.
Every time
Yeah.
every time they cast her and stuff, she's like the goofy friend.
That's a whole show right there.
I'm telling
Better
you.
write it.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Who did you
Ty,
think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say something like really freaky, like
That is really freaky.
it is really freaky, but
Because that's a name. Isn't it called something? The people that like the whips and the chains and
BDSM.
Right,
and
right.
BDSM.
The
yeah.
yes.
I thought
yes.
you were gonna say something like 50 Shades of Grey or something. Like you would like to do like, oh, you go up to your CEO man's building.
I done
act like
did that
you're-
before.
Act like you're applying for a
I
job.
did that before.
Never mind.
She had to go all the way there because she done did everything.
I've
Sound like
done that before. That's why I'm like, wait till I'm 50. I'm about to be Sugar. And my man gonna be Uncle Elroy.
Ty, what would be yours?
Oh, I'm shooting my shot. Michael B. Jordan.
Ooh.
We living out all the
That
roles
was a
and
good
fantasies.
one.
That is a good
Cause
one.
Sinners.
Yeah, he could be smoke and stack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Run a train on this motherfucker.
No, on Twitter they had a meme that said, "This what I'm talking about when I say I want a pair of Jordans." Smoking fast.
No, Sinners,
Wow.
he looked so good in Sinners.
He did.
Honestly, they would have been mad at me because I'm like, can I get bit? I want to get bit.
You was gonna be trying to give him some coochie for real.
Oh, from the top. They couldn't even get through the
She
first
said, your
scene.
body never forgot me.
Listen. So shout out to Michael B. Jordan.
And Annie.
Yes. A big mood. Big mood. Okay, so now it's time to get into the bop. Hey.
The bop.
Bow.
Hey.
Bow.
So, bop of the week
Okay.
is the songs that we've been jamming this week.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
playlist.
So, of course, I have to talk about your song, I Did It To Me, because I listened to your album, and honestly, I'm glad that you brought it up earlier because that song stuck out to me. Because I think, again, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but sometimes it's like, as women, you know, when a man does us wrong the first time, you know, you're like, you don't know. Oh my gosh, I've been bamboozled. But it's like, sometimes you have to take accountability, because if you keep forgiving somebody over and over again, at what point do you realize, hey, I'm breaking my own heart?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm glad that was like the title track of the album, because I think a lot of women can relate to that. Like you did. When I was listening, I was like, damn, I feel that. Because like, honestly, like I'm in the forgiving stage of my relationship right now.
Okay.
So I'm like, honestly, if something happens again, that made me feel good though, because I know I can walk away with my head up and you know what, I forgave him, but this time this was my fault. I can take that and I can move on, and it'll be easier just to move on because I know what I'm doing.
Everything.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's my bop of the week, Drew Sidora.
Period. I live. Yay. No, I love to hear that. I can never hear that enough.
Yes.
Because that song is so real.
It is.
You really have to know where to draw the line and be like, I cannot keep pointing the finger.
Right.
I got to do some work on me.
Yes.
You know, and get to a place where I'm my best version of myself.
Right.
So, you know, I can say all the things that, you know, happened to me and what this person did, but at one point am I going to make sure I'm my best self for the next person? And just for me and period.
Exactly.
You know, so that was why I was like, women, we need to take accountability, because, you know, we get with our girls and they were like, you're a queen. He didn't deserve you.
Yeah.
You didn't deserve that. And then you live in that and you get comfortable.
Yep.
And I'm like, nope, because I got to make sure that I get to my 100% self.
Yep.
And so that song is like really deep for me, because it's hard to look in the mirror and be like, girl, you is fucked up. Like it was your fault and you was flawed. You know what I mean? It's hard to take ownership, but we all do play a role in the fallout of everything in life.
Right.
Like we have a part that we play. And I think that we need to be honest with each other. That's why I like my friends. We keep it so a buck with each other. Like, no, friend, you were wrong. And we may get mad at each other and not talk for some time, but then we always come back together stronger than ever. It's like, you was right. And so that's what you have to be for yourself first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I love the account. Like I said, the accountability part is like that resonating with me, because I'm like, you know what? If this doesn't work out this time, I can just blame myself and not be mad at anybody else, and I can move on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So,
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
yeah.
Shame on me.
Count his fucking day. You're going to be in the basement like Ralph.
Hey. Ooh.
Oh, maybe not.
Ooh, I'm just happy to be on the upper level, child. I'm just happy to be on the upper level.
What you been
Because I
listening
can't
to,
imagine.
Drew?
What's been on your playlist this week? What you been jamming?
Actually, I am very much vibing with Coco Jones.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, I'm listening to my album because I'm in
course.
rehearsals. I'm preparing for tour. But what's the song, my favorite song? The Coco Jones record? On Site.
Oh, yeah.
What? On site.
Oh
That's
my
a good
God.
song.
The album is good from start to
It
finish.
is.
I agree.
Yeah.
No skips. I made that my bop of the week the other week. I made the whole album my bop of the week.
Yes.
I just, like I say, people say R&B is dead. It is alive and well.
It
We are
is.
here.
You gotta
We're
find
here.
it. Look for it.
But On Site, that's my vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Coco Jones.
Love her.
Yes.
Love her.
Mine is Burning Blue by Mariah the Scientist.
Oh! Yep.
I love me some Mariah. Her pen is crazy.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
I think it's so weird how it's like, how did you know I'm going through this? It's like,
She know what to put out at the right time, always.
you know who would do a good joint tour? Her and Summer
Summer
Walker.
I agree.
That would be such an amazing tour.
And Summer is about to go on tour right now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So Mariah.
Yeah, y'all
Summer.
need to link up.
I would definitely buy a ticket.
Yeah,
I would
that's a
too.
good song. I just put that on my
It is.
I posted a video on IG last night.
I mean, it's been going crazy for like the past few weeks. I think it came out like at the end of April. So yeah, it's been everywhere.
And the video is fire too.
It is,
Let's
yeah.
bring back creative videos. You know what I'm saying? The video
Visuals.
was really, really cute. She was hitting the Sierra dance moves in it. And she's a stunner. So
Yeah,
I was
beautiful.
like 10 out of 10 for the videos. Let's bring back good
We need
videos.
visuals, guys.
We do
people.
need visuals. Okay. Do you give good advice?
I would think so.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because my friends come to me for
Yeah.
the advice all the time.
Well, look, I know I'm taking your advice when you said we can handle it outside the court. You know, if I get married and I got to go through a divorce.
Please.
I'm taking that gem.
Please.
So now we're going to do our favorite segment of the show. It's called Pour Your Heart Out. So people write in, ask us advice, and we give our best advice. So if you want your question answered on the show, make sure you email us at askpourminds@gmail.com. If you're a Patreon member, put that in the headline and you can skip the line, okay? So, Drea, you going to go first?
Okay. Hi, ladies. Love you too. From the growth of the channel, radiance y'all exude, and comedy that is brought every Friday by dropping new episodes. So I'm watching the new episode with Queen Naja, and topic number 1 was, do you heal in public or in private? And I'll say heal in private. For reference, I married my high school sweetheart, and I'm currently on the other side of healing and grieving that divorce, which occurred in 2023. Being with someone from my teenage years to mid-30s is a long time to devote to just one person. Yes, I tried healing in public with drinking and suppressing my feelings by going out partying, but it didn't hit the same as doing the actual work. I will say that it's best to heal in private so that you'll heal the root of the issue to ensure you don't bleed onto the next guy who never cut you. With therapy, fasting, journaling, exercise, and getting to know myself outside of wife, I'm regaining my confidence and getting back to feeling like me. Lex, any pointers on dusting yourself off and trying again as a certified lover girl? Drea, any advice on staying consistent in the gym after you see progress? Keep up the great work, ladies. If Poor Minds ever has a dating event, I'd be interested. The divorce was traumatic, but now I'm triumphant and ready to mingle.
So we'll go to you first.
Yes.
Because, you know.
Because I feel like you could give her some good
Yeah,
gems since you're going through a divorce.
And healing publicly versus private. Like the things you're doing in private that you probably don't talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, and I was just talking to one of my girlfriends last night, because I'm a person that kind of retreats to self and goes into my shell, whereas my friends were like showing up to my house and like calling me and wanting to be there for me. And at that time, I was like, I just need to be with self because you have to quiet the noise.
Yeah.
So I'm not somebody that you'll see run to social media or run to tell everything, you know, because the noises will get you in trouble. So you have to sit with self and really hear like your voice, because your journey is your journey. You could look at the next person and say, well, she did this and that worked for her, or she went that way. But like, we're all different.
Yep.
And so I have to be clear on like what God is telling me. And that only comes with sitting with self and being in quiet. And like I said, you guys didn't see me not being able to get out of the bed. But during that time, there were things that I did that I had to do by myself.
Yeah.
When my kids were away, turn off my phone and just deal with me. Look in the mirror,
Yes.
you know, and have that real conversation. Like I said, because your friends will be like, and even social media now, like you'll get thousands of likes saying, girl, you was right. And so you feel justified.
Yeah.
But is that right? You know, because even with my girlfriends, they were like, well, you don't need him, you don't need him. But then we all gonna be single crying together. Or then y'all get in a relationship and now I done left my man and y'all now all happily ever after. So it just really shows you that you have to live your life on your path because everyone has their own individuality and there's no one like you but you. Everyone else is taken.
Yeah.
So I've really had to sit down and be honest with me. And I think that it's important once you go through it though, to share your testimony. You know what I mean? Like to let other people know, like, listen, I did this, don't do this.
Right.
You know, and to be people be able to see you shine and glow up. I think that is a blessing. So I don't, you're not gonna see me running social media
like that.
like to try to grow up in front of y'all. It's too much pressure. But if you are on reality TV and you do happen to see it, you know, then I feel like I just hope that people take it as a lesson and inspiration.
Right.
Is all I can say.
And then take some lessons from that. I think for me, being that I'm a lover girl and I love love, I love falling in love, what I had to realize was I had to get confidence within myself. And I say that being that if I had this every time I get in another relationship, they get better and better because I'm learning more about myself. Like my last situation I was in before the situation I'm in now, like I was like, this is great. Because in that situation, I was coming out of a long-term situation and they just get better. I have more fun every time. And so, but I think that came from I don't let these men break me. They're an experience, and I'm gonna come across the man that's gonna be my forever. But until then, I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna love again. And no, God made me this way. He made me somebody who was just supposed to love and be in love. And now I do practice discernment. I don't give that to everyone. But if the relationship that I'm in right now doesn't work out, I'm not gonna be broken or feel like I'm never gonna love again, because I know I'm an amazing woman. And God made me for somebody who's gonna see that. So if it's the man I'm with now, hey, let's do it.
Let's go.
And if it's not, hey, let's move on. But that came with learning the confidence in myself and who I am.
I love that.
And not letting people make me feel like I'm less than.
Ooh, I
you know
love
what I mean?
that.
So that's what helps
Girl.
me. That's why I told you. I feel you, the energy.
I felt that. You just gave me
Yes.
inspiration too, talking about it gets better and better.
It does.
I want to see better.
It does. It does. What about you,
Yeah.
Drea?
So for me, okay, so she was asking me about staying consistent in the gym once you see the results. For me, the results is the reason to stay consistent. It's like once I notice my body transforming, once I notice how I feel, the difference in my energy, my body, how I look in my clothes, everything, like for me, that's a reason to stay consistent. Also for me personally, the gym is therapy. Like when I don't get to go to the gym, I literally don't feel like myself. Like I feel like a part of my day is missing. Like I didn't get to make it to the gym this morning because I just had a lot going on. I wanted to work out before I came to record. I didn't have time. And I'm just like, damn, I gotta find the time at some point today to work out. I think consistency, I always say this, like you're not always going to have the motivation to do things, but that's where discipline comes into play. And you have to think about the person that you want to be 10 years, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And for me, that should be the motivation to make you go to the gym, or the discipline that you build that makes you be like, okay, even when I don't feel like doing this, I'm still going to do it because I'm thinking of the version of me at 40 years old, 50 years old. And if you don't start building those habits right now, it gets harder as you get older. Because honestly, the younger you are, the more energy you have. If you don't start utilizing that right now, the older you get, girl, it's going to be harder. You already said you in your 30s.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. I would just say, just think about the person you want to be in 10 years, 5 years, or the person you even want to be in your next relationship. Because you might run into a man who really into the gym, and that's going to be a turn on to him. The fact that like you already have the discipline, he don't have to push you to go. That's something that I feel like y'all could bond over. So
I agree. Okay, all right.
That was
all right.
good.
Hey, Lex P, Drea, and Poor Minds crew. I have a 1-year-old son, and I'm no longer with his father. I applied for child support when my son was 3 months old, and we still haven't come to an agreement in court. The father is playing games and not submitting his pay stubs. Ooh. So the court can't calculate the support. Obviously, it's frustrating because I know he's working under the table and can help with something. But my current boyfriend is fed up. He's sick of me coming home from court upset, as he says, fucking up his pussy for the next week. Okay. My boyfriend has helped me with the bills and anything the baby and I need without me even asking because he sees I'm struggling. He's asked me to let the child support go and cut off communication with my son's father because he will provide. And he doesn't seem like he's stressed. And he doesn't like seeing me stressed out. But I don't feel like it's his problem since he's just my boyfriend. I think he needs to stay out of it. I'm not fighting for me. It's for my son. I know neither one of you have kids, but what would you do? I'm trying to hold my son's father accountable, but my current boyfriend says I'm hindering our relationship by not allowing him to step up. He feels like I'm begging another man for money, but regardless of whether my boyfriend and I would work out in the long run, I still need to secure another source of income from his father. Thank you in advance. Love y'all. But we'll let you answer this because you got kids.
Ooh, girl, you are blessed.
To have another man want to step up.
That is rare. And it is beautiful to have a man want to love on your child that's not his own. You need to really evaluate what you have in your life. Like, there are so many men that, as you are experiencing, don't want to take care of their own. And so I think you need to focus on that positive because honestly, whatever you put out, you'll attract back.
Yes.
So if you're fighting a fight, you're going to just receive a fight. But if you start to lean into building what could possibly sound like a family with this man and you allow it, give it the opportunity, you
might be blown away.
Right.
And so you don't want to live with regret, like, oh, well, I should have, coulda, woulda. You got to take that leap of faith, honey, and like allow that man to be not only the financial provider, but the example in the child's life. And you always can go to court. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, I got the bill. Court ain't going nowhere, okay?
Right.
Yeah, like court is a lot. It's a lot to internalize and deal with. So you got to see the blessing you have in your life.
And I don't believe in fighting for a man to be a father. Why should I have to argue you down to be a father and be present? Let a man do what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like you said, it's a blessing. Look, my sister probably be tired of me talking about her business, but my sister is in a relationship with her second child's father. They've been together for years at this point. And, she's lucky to have, her first baby daddy, of course, is there. But she had a man who came in and stepped up. So now, my first nephew is blessed. He gets two active fathers because he stepped up, and he is an amazing, because she has a second child too with him. So it's like he is an amazing stepfather and amazing father. Like, and that's rare. I have a lot of friends and family members who have kids. When I tell my sister, I'm like, you are so lucky. Like, he is amazing. So the fact that you have a man that wants to step up, because like you said, men don't even want to be there for their own
kids, honey.
Let alone one that's not there.
So I know you said it's not his business, but if y'all in the house together and he around, embrace it.
I'm also going to give her kudos because a lot of women will say, oh, you're not going to take care of my kid and expect because the man loves you.
Right.
Now you got to love my child.
Right.
So I commend her even. So I just feel like they got to, whoever you are, I feel like y'all are perfect for each other. Shout out
to him.
Yes, because for you being sensitive and like, this is not your, responsibility, I think that should make the man, he probably feels like he wants to even do more.
Yeah.
Because you're not demanding anything. So I think you guys just need to have a real conversation and let each other just be.
Yeah.
Be in love and be happy and provide for each other. And who knows, y'all could like have the biggest wealth and the biggest blessings, and that he gonna have to sit with his karma.
Right, exactly.
He's gonna have to be able to.
But I always think it's so crazy when you date somebody with a child, because how can you not love their child? It's an extension of them.
I agree.
So it's like, that just shows you how his character is, because you do see that a lot. When people get in a relationship, they're like, oh,
that ain't my
child.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you do that? Like,
I don't understand.
I don't understand that either. It's so like, I love that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's so crazy so you have a good one.
You have a good one.
You have a good one, girl. So, because I will say on the part when he said fucking up his pussy for the week, she put laughing emojis. So obviously he was saying it in a joking way, because I know how to listen to it. Leave him, girl. But
I feel like I could tell by the context of the letter he was playing.
Yeah, he was just joking. He was joking.
So yes, y'all, as always, for item of the week, make sure y'all shop musebeautycollection.com. Get your lip glosses, matte liquid lipsticks, lip liners, jelly blushes, eyeliner, mascara, everything.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. And make sure y'all follow my YouTube channel at Drea Nicole with 3 E's. I drop weekly vlogs and beauty content.
Yes, and shout out to Rich Look Hair for the unit. And Miss Drew Sidora.
Love it.
Let everybody know what you got coming up, where they can find you at. I mean, obviously, Real Housewives of Atlanta is still on TV right now. Every Sunday. And I be tuned in, yeah.
Into it all. So excited because we're in Sweet 16.
Yes.
So it's a definite celebration season. Definitely look out for me on my new TV show, Mind Your Business on Bounce with Columbus Short.
Okay.
Love that because it makes you laugh.
Okay.
Love to laugh. We need to laugh.
We do.
And then I have a new movie coming in theaters. I haven't been in theaters in a minute, y'all.
Okay,
so
congratulations.
I'm so excited. It's coming out in September this year, called Run, starring myself, Erica Mena, Marcus Houston, Claudia Jordan, Erica Pinkett. All-star cast, action, alien movie.
Oh, I love a little alien movie.
Me too.
I was doing like stunt work and
Come on now.
making some alien ass. Okay, girl was tired. She was getting busy, and this was really, really like excited to be able to get back in my acting bag. And then the album, of course, y'all. I Did It To Me. We're almost gold.
Oh my God, that's a big deal.
I need y'all to stream it.
We need to get into platinum.
Okay.
Yes.
Almost golden streams.
Yes.
A few thousand away, y'all. going on tour, and then of course Lips by Sidora.
Okay.
I have my official cherry gloss.
Okay.
For my cherry experience, all of y'all can have the cherries. So if you
Yes.
want the cherries, I have some for y'all. I'm gonna definitely
I
gift
wish I got a
y'all.
cherry experience.
But if you didn't, you can get my cherry lip gloss.
Okay.
And I
You know what I
have to
mean?
send you some Muse too.
Yeah, y'all
I
need
really
to
want some 'cause
exchange.
I know about it, so I got you.
Exchange.
Gonna do a little gift.
And look, if you need some background vocals when you go to the studio, I got. If
Okay.
you heard it a little.
Okay.
I got you. If you're going on tour,
next album,
you need a background singer.
You could be in the back. You could be in the background, honey.
I got you, Drew. Whatever you
You gonna be there though.
Man,
You gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be on time. Even if you don't, I'm gonna be front row.
I need you guys to
We
be there. I was
gotta
gonna
be
say
front
y'all need to
row.
come to BravoCon.
Oh,
when is it?
Because
I've
for
never
you-
been.
Okay, so I'm going to personally invite
Please
y'all.
give me a ticket.
Yes,
We
would
going.
love to
You need
come.
to be there because when you said, like, we all fan out because when I see like Kathy Hilton, I'm like,
Oh my God! If I
It's
see
all-
Lisa Vanderpump, I might pass away.
you're gonna see all the Bravo celebrities are there.
Okay,
It's in
love us some
Vegas.
Lisa.
Oh, that ain't nothing. I love
to
Vegas.
do that in Vegas.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
we there. We outside.
Oh, we there.
Shout out to Bravo.
And we
Shout
gonna
out
we
to
gonna
BravoCon.
shoot some Poor Minds episodes out
what I'm
there with all the
saying.
girls.
Yes.
All right, Drew. And I'm gonna say, Drew, where my ticket?
Listen, Danny.
Okay.
You got us.
Okay.
We got you.
Drew, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun.
I have
today.
Really fun.
This was
such a
really-
good
I love
episode.
y'all.
So
I
good.
told you in real life.
Yes, that's
in
what
real
I
life.
said. Cause look, I be talking shit about all y'all on my show, but not bad shit. I be like, I love me some Drew, but you know what? Being here and sitting here with you,
We got to clear it up.
we got to clear it
got
up.
the answers.
I got all
Yes,
the answers
period.
that I needed. So
And
honestly,
sidebar real quick.
Go ahead.
I always say Lex has really, really nice hands. You have beautiful hands.
Drea is a hand
I
creeper.
am.
She likes to look.
Because I hate my hands. They like fat.
Oh, what?
You do have
Come on,
pretty
we're so
hands.
hard on
Your hands
ourselves.
are
You do have
so
pretty hands.
It's the
beautiful.
ponds, honey.
Yes,
It's just
it looks
ponds.
good.
So nice.
I use tretinoin and retinol on my hands.
Okay.
That's what I be doing at night.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to take care. Drea loves people hands. She
I
be looking
do.
at
I
people
be like,
hands.
oh my God, they're so cute and dainty.
Right.
Yes, they are pretty. You are so silly. Well, thank you, Miss Drew Sidora. Y'all make sure y'all go check out her new album. Movies coming out soon, and Real Housewives of Atlanta on Bravo every Sunday. We'll see y'all next week.
Y'all make sure y'all share the content, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And let me say this before we close out. Y'all, there is one Twitter account that is connected to Poor Minds. It's POUR_MINDS. Y'all are tagging the wrong Poor Minds page. If you see @Poor Minds with no underscore, that is a fake page. Do not follow that page, okay? They blocked me, Andrea, and the Poor Minds page on both. So we only have one Instagram, one Twitter, one TikTok. It is POUR_MINDS. All right?
And we got hella fake Facebook pages.
Oh, the Facebook pages. It's the
The crazy thing is our Facebook page actually have the least amount of followers.
So if you go on Facebook,
the one
it's
that's ours,
got the least amount of followers.
the one that's not us got like 250,000
But y'all
followers.
know it's fake if you actually look at the content, because the caption is like, whoever it is don't speak English. Because their captions are like,
Bumba Claus.
should men pay bill? Should men pay bill? Yes, no. Check answer below.
Block.
Booyah, booyah, booyah.
Like that's literally what the captions.
I like you. What with that DDG Bumba Claude?
Bumba Claus.
I love that.